Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday, April 17th. Drake Swift. I got Alex Sportsmouth, Tori Savage Kitty.
Good morning.
Madi from London's Alley. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Great.
So I know we talked yesterday, and we talked about a lot of different things. So once again, I just thanks for coming on the show. So I was going to ask you, the It Girl, how long ago did you launch that?
So back in 2018, me and my friend Dorica, we did a fashion show.
Okay.
So the theme on my side was the It Girl. So it's trendy and timeless girl.
Okay.
So that's kind of where the It Girl came from.
Okay.
And now I just launched it with the It Girl Beauty. So now it's It Girl Beauty Kit. This is our new makeup collection.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Born in Michigan, grew up on the East Side. A Latina. I guess you said you moved to Tampa and graduated from high school.
Yep.
Went to designer school, and then just been really passionate about design, passionate about makeup, kind of the whole girly thing. So, like I said, once again, thanks for coming on the show. So tell me a little bit about London's Alley. When was the thought process? When did you say, hey, you know what? I want to, I know you said you went to design school, but you're like, did you have a vision at a very young age? Or when and I know London's Alley is named after your daughter. So that's awesome. I've seen your daughter in a couple of videos. She's gorgeous. So tell me a little bit about the London's Alley.
Okay, awesome. So I wanted to start a fashion brand. I do have a few friends of mine who are also fashionistas with myself. So back in high school is when we got all our ideas together. Now I started London. I worked at Nordstrom. I worked at Nordstrom for about 4 years, and I was just getting a little burnt out.
I had a friend who loved that store.
Yeah, I love Nordstrom for sure. Shout out to
Who doesn't?
So I just was getting pretty burnt out, and I finally let it go. So I started the online shop. So London's Alley is just like a one-stop fashion and beauty shop. And throughout the years, I pretty much incorporated the fashion shows because I love events. I love getting people together, and I love styling. But as for now, we have pretty sustainable products on the website. So that's pretty much where we're going with the longevity of the brand, is trying to get more products that will be sustainable and just great quality products. Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I am definitely, I guess I'm a guy, so I'm a jeans and t-shirt. I'll leave some of the questions up to Tori. So Tori, do you have some questions for her? Because I definitely, she definitely loves to design. She's working on her own clothing line. So I'll let you ask some questions, Tori, and go from there.
So your line itself is mostly products and with the added in of fashion, or it's a mixture of both equal?
So yep, it's a mixture of both pretty much right now. And I was telling Enrique yesterday, when we would have the fashion shows, the girls would come to us and they wouldn't have like makeup, they wouldn't have lots of the stuff that goes behind the scenes. Like, yes, I'm coming with the clothing for you guys. So I wanted to incorporate the makeup so that we have everything there ready.
Right. Preparation.
Oh, so you're full on shop. You're a full on stylist. That's awesome. So on your site, I know you said you offer fashion and you offer products. So what kind of products do you offer? Is it skincare? Is it just cosmetics? Can you tell us a little bit about the makeup side that you offer, or the skin side?
Okay, for sure. So I haven't launched skincare yet. I've just done the makeup. So the makeup now is pretty much vegan formulated. They're all
Wow.
made in Canada. And I would just say that all the products are very highly pigmented.
Wow,
I'm a
that's-
smoker,
Nice.
420
That's
friendly
nice.
girl. So I love when my lips have like a stain on them. So
Mhm.
that's what our products are providing. So like it's long lasting formulas. Right now we have the beauty kit, which is featuring 3 pieces. It has the blush, the lipstick, and the liquid lipstick. And then for individual products right now, we have we have a lip balm, which is
Mhm.
it's color
Wow.
popping. It's just a clear lip balm.
I would use
Oh,
the
yeah,
crap
let's
out of
see
that.
that.
I would use the crap. I use
So we have-
chapstick like a maniac. So
Yep. And then
Right.
so we have like eyeshadow. So this here is our peachy
Oh,
smoky
cute.
eyeshadow with the glitter. So
Oh, yep, you won me over with the glitter. There you go.
oh,
so just
Um,
different things. And right now we have like some clothing pieces.
Mhm.
And then we also have like the socks. So I do
Oh,
have a new
cute.
collection. I have a new collection coming out soon. And that's where we worked with A Girl's Dream. A Girl's Dream is the organization that is surrounded around STEM. So the
Mhm.
girls have designed our new makeup collection.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
that's cool. I got a
So,
quick question. Go ahead,
go
Tori.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go
I-
ahead, because
no,
I could
I-
keep going on and
Yeah,
on. So
yeah,
ask her
okay,
your
no.
question. We'll go back to me.
Okay, thank you. Have you ever thought about, or is it or is maybe in the near future, like maybe doing like a jewelry collection or anything like that? I'm just popped in my head.
Well, I definitely thought about it before because someone's reached out to me and asked if I wanted to create a customized piece. So I would say yes, but down the road. It's still too early.
Right. Okay, thank you.
So your kit. Tell me about how much does it run, so people know how much it would cost them, and does it only come? Does it come in different shades for different skin tones, or is it just one solid shade that blends with everything?
Okay. So for the kit, it comes with the blush, the liquid lipstick, and the lipstick for $50. And it pretty much goes with every tone. So
Okay.
I tried it on multiple skin tones and the color's still very it's like popping. It's just
Stands
Right.
out.
It's complimentary to every skin tone. That's great.
Mhm.
So also, do you offer anything for eyes, like lashes or mascara or anything like that?
Yes. So
Liners?
I've currently started doing eyelash extensions. So the eyelash extensions run about like 2 hours. I've been doing classic and volume sets, and those run. I've been charging about 135 to 185. Those last about 2
Yeah.
weeks, and it's pretty much just adds like all the glam for the girls. Like the
Mhm.
girls come over so excited. They're
Yes.
in the morning, send me pictures. It's really fun.
I'm telling you, you're like a therapist when you do lash extensions. It's like the best part of the week.
Alex, we need
You
to find
go-
What?
last
So I got another quick question because I'm just curious now. What is it like on average? How long does a normal eyelash or extension or whatever last?
Okay, so they last about, I would say, a month. So for my girls who brush and they clean them and they sleep
Okay.
well on top, I would say
Wow.
they last about a month, but the girls are coming every 2 weeks to get a fill-in.
Okay.
Yes, I'm faithful with my 2 weeks.
Okay.
I am faithful. Sometimes I'm like, I think I need a mini fill.
I've
Even though
never
my
even-
lashes look like they're gonna take flight, I still go. I'm like, yeah, you see that one
Oh my
little
God.
spot? She's like, God, you're so
Wow.
annoying.
And I would have never thought that women clean. I just, I don't think about that. I'm a guy. Clean their eyelashes like that.
Yeah, when you clean the lashes,
maintenance. So
when you
that's-
clean the
that's-
lashes,
that's
it's better
detail.
for retention. It keeps them on longer, and they just
Okay.
keep them
Okay.
fuller.
Just take care of
So-
them. Okay.
So do you get
Yeah.
eyelash extensions as well? Or do you
I
like
do.
strips?
I get extensions. I actually know how to apply them as well. I just don't really have a big clientele here in Arizona. I'm from Metro Detroit. So I learned how to do that as well as microblading and permanent makeup. But I just, my friends are my guinea pigs and I do it myself. But I go to a girl, right? And I go to a girl though who does them for me, and she actually, she was a nurse, and she stopped doing nursing to do extensions, and now she's getting back into the nursing field, but more to do injections, fillers and Botox and stuff like that. So, but I just love it. I love waking up and already feeling like, bam, you look good. You don't really have to do anything. And I will say this. So in my experience, I used to, I was a makeup artist. I did the same thing you did at the beginning. I would go to events and style people. And I started out going to photo shoots, and I would get there. And like you said, the girls wouldn't have what they needed. And I'm like, okay, I can't style you with your face looking bare. Like, we just need to bring this all together to make it full circle. So I started doing that, and I was a huge makeup fan, and I still am, but I've noticed since I've got the lashes, I really don't even wear makeup anymore. They've put me to like just lashes and lip gloss, a little bit of bronzer, keep it moving, make sure my brows are good. And and I swear the lash extensions just, they pull everything together for you. So
I got some questions, and I know this recently came up in our podcast. With men's fashion, and maybe I wasn't the guy that wears skinny jeans, but I'm looking at some of the fashion, some of the clothing line that you have on your website. And I don't know if is it more millennials that are buying, like I see the jungle flower crew neck, like, I don't know, maybe I'm a man's man, but I'm just wondering, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's your clientele that buying some of that? Because I got to be honest with you, we're gonna do a funny photo shoot, and I'm like, I would wear that just for the shoot.
For
me to make fun of myself, but I mean,
listen, my son would rock that shirt all
I know
day long.
I see your son wearing that shirt.
With some nice sneakers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty much the target market is, I would say, like my age group, the demographic.
Right.
Because I'd say a lot of people my age are rocking the sneakers, so they would get the abstract top and wear the green with the sneaker. So like I just came back from Tampa, so I would say like you see a lot of that, and then the joggers as well. A lot of guys are wearing the joggers.
A lot of the joggers.
Yeah, they are for sure.
We have the joggers are, because we were just talking about this. The joggers, I'm used to the joggers or whatever, more loose fit, but I see like more of a tight, to the body. Is that pretty popular with like the younger men to wear something like that?
So, I did work in men's and Nordstrom as well. So I would say men, they're pretty easy to style. However, I feel like men just love the abstract. So that's why I wanted to incorporate. Yeah,
because I love it. I love it. If I could, you know what I mean? I could rock that. You know what I mean?
I think you could rock it.
I mean, that's just what.
I think you could rock it.
That's what it evolved into. It evolved into that, and I used to go to Fairlane all the time and go into the Guest store, and the jeans weren't. Nothing was skinny or tight in there at all. They were like fitting. They were real fitting and like standard,
like a boot cut.
But they weren't. Then the sleeves started getting a little bit higher, a little bit tighter, and I had to stop going there. I was like, not that I sag my pants or anything like that. I don't wear that loose where it fits, but it just went beyond anything that I would wear.
So I have a question. In regards to accessories, I know you said you had socks, but what other kind of accessories do you sell and offer, and are there any that you're going to be adding on as well in the future?
Okay, so right now we just have the socks, the wristlet, and the makeup bag. I don't have the makeup bag, so I'm sorry. I would love to show you guys.
That's okay. I'm going to stalk your page after. You're good. No worries.
Okay. So I just have, I'm interested in adding, obvious. So with each collection, this year I'm going to drop 4 of the boxes, the It Girl Beauty Kit boxes. So with each beauty kit, I'm going to drop a different makeup bag. So pretty much just going along with the collections and or the makeup collections and tying it into the fashion. So my next thing though, I'm trying to like balance myself here though, is I like to sew and I'm interested in designing other new pieces that are just coming from me not selling on the website. So I'm trying to like keep my balance here because I like there's so many awesome patterns and I'm just like what am I gonna do?
Right. I get it all over.
I like that. The women's. I was looking at some of the designs. You got the eye pattern women's track pants. Those are cute. I like those.
Okay.
Are those pretty popular?
I would say the butterfly is more popular than the eyes.
Okay.
The butterfly jacket is more popular than the eyes.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, the track pants butterfly. Yeah, that one's cute. I like that.
Most popular for the men is they love that comic hoodie.
Yes.
What hoodie?
Yeah, that's their thing.
For the men, they love the comic hoodie. That's our most orders for men.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
But I can see that looking pretty dope as well.
Oh, that's kind of. I like that. I like that hoodie.
Yep, I think it'll look pretty dope. Goes with the coronavirus.
Sorry, I'm looking as we're. So, like I said, you recently launched the It Girl. So what's next for London's Alley? I know we talked a little bit. So I know you're working on the brick and mortar and all that good stuff. So what's next for you?
So I would just say getting into major retailers.
Okay.
So major retailers, probably some more fashion shows. And then I want to get involved in more trade shows, like being the exhibitor at the trade shows.
Okay.
So one of my favorite ones is Style Max. So I'm pretty much interested in going to Style Max. Style Max is in Chicago, and that is this August. I'm definitely probably going to head back out to Tampa to work on some things at the store with my cousin and add new products there as well. In the summer of last year, the products that we added for London's Alley were pretty much our basic crops and tees. And I would say they did very well in Tampa. The store is around a college. So I felt like, the demographic right there. So that helped out a lot.
Absolutely. So I got it. And maybe I'm dumb, but
no,
so I know you said it because I'm looking at it.
A little. No, I'm just kidding.
A little bit.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Vegan. It says it's made with vitamins and all that. Can you explain?
I'm dumber. He's dumb. I'm dumber.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. So, the cosmetic and beauty industry is super big. And we have all these people creating different formulas and products. So my goal was to make sure that I find clean products. So that are not toxic and not harmful. And then going back to the longevity of the brand. So I wanted my products to be very quality at the start. With them being vegan formulated.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of just, pretty much I'd say good
when you
for
say toxic, I don't know if you know or remember or whatever. I think Batman when Joker was making the makeup and people were dying. So that's why I was like, and
that's a thing, but that's a thing. There's so many, there's so, well, you see, there's so many companies that want to formulate your stuff, right? Back in the day, my age, it was really hard to find a company that, did it all, but that actually you weren't going to put it on your face. It wasn't going to dry your face out. You weren't going to have an allergic reaction. You weren't going to get sick. You figure your skin is the largest breathing organ on your body. Mm-hmm. So you put this stuff on there, you're causing all these issues, sicknesses, illnesses. So now, they've made it a lot easier for people, like Mari, to be able to put their dream into motion, but not, harm people or animals and, in general. So, there's been some horror stories. Or, you know, the best one is you can always tell too, when you open up a product and you smell it and it just has that, you know, it has that chemical, old plasticky grossness to it, and it's brand new. Like, you don't want to put that on your face. You don't want to put that on your skin. You don't want to put that on your lips. You don't want to even touch it. So I think it's really great that you're vegan and that it's got all the good stuff in there, and it's good for you, and you don't test on animals and all of that. So that's awesome.
So to be honest with you, I mean, I'm a man, right? So I don't even know. It seems very complex. You know, I didn't know.
We're getting you a facial. We're doing all this.
Yeah, I didn't know makeup was that complex. And I mean, God, it was very stressful as a woman to be like,
it is.
God, I got this, I got to pick this. And does this work and this work? Oh my God, I would go insane. I'm like, I'm barely brushing my teeth when this girl's over here.
So it's natural to them because they love it. That's what they do.
I love products. I'm a product addict. I just love product. I love different stuff. I love the feel of it, the smell of it, what it can do for me.
It's like a science, I guess.
It is. It is. But it really, and honestly, it really is. And the older I get, the more I'm on the hunt for like amazing products. Right. Okay. Like, you know, like certain things for my lips. I noticed my skin is, you know, as you get older, just even when I was younger, I don't think I really paid attention as much because I didn't really have that education. Right. So now I look back and I'm like, man, I really did have dry ass skin. I didn't realize it. I really, like I shouldn't have until I educated myself. I look at pictures. I'm like, fuck was going on with my eyebrows? Why didn't someone tell me? Why do I have that color on my eyelid? Where are my friends? They should be fired. And then, but then you learn, right? And you evolve, and you know, you people like Mari to help you out, and then you start educating yourself, and too. The internet is amazing. You know, YouTube, you can literally become a makeup artist without any training. And some of these women are just absolutely incredible. I mean, it's like a sorcery. You see it and you're like, how the fuck did you do that?
I would say in Southwest Detroit, I would say we have a lot of self-taught makeup artists, and some of the girls are really amazing.
It's oversaturated. They're everywhere on Instagram.
Ask you that when we talked off air. So if someone is interested in, you know, let's say a young, inspiring teenager, and she's interested and she's in the Metro Detroit area, is there any, like, are you aware of any like apprentice programs, or what do you suggest if they're passionate about design and makeup and just being a fashionista? What advice could you give a young girl that is like, hey, you know what? I want to do that. I want to do what Mari does.
Mm-hmm. So kind of like how I mentioned, I would say you have to be resilient and you can't give up, and you just have to keep going and just believe in yourself. I would say like that's the biggest part of my brand is me believing in myself.
You gotta have patience. I know that. I'm sure. Yeah. like he just mentioned earlier, but I can imagine.
Well, you're right. You have to believe in yourself, because in your industry, it's tough.
Different types of patience,
but there's a lot of ego as well, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of ego. When you get a lot of women. Well, I mean, with most women, there's men and there's gay men. You know, there's both.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I feel like
listen, right?
The industry disruptors right now.
They really are. They really are. They have their face beat to the gods with a beard. You're like, what is going on here? So in that industry, you know, it just keeping your confidence, I think, is such a great. You're telling people to keep their confidence and to keep going, because even if it's just makeup and styling, it can you really can come down on yourself by one bad comment, one bad critic, one bad review. Somebody doesn't like one thing and you're like, oh God, you know, like, so I think that's great. I think you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you. And then I was mentioning yesterday too, I would say just look for more design workshops, like just Googling design and in your local area, because sometimes there's lots of things going on that you just don't know about. Like my friends introduced me to the DHDC. I didn't know that there was so many cool students there working on all these awesome projects. So that's pretty much where I pulled 2 girls from, was from DHDC. And I would just say that environment.
Where's that located? Is that Wayne State or where's that at?
DHDC is located, is it off of Trumbull? It's Trumbull and
I've seen it before. I know what you're talking about. Is
like
that Trumbull like Howard or something, or is it like
in Corktown?
Ford Street. Right.
Yep.
So is it like a design school? Is that what that is?
What is DHDC? Yeah, they say I would say it's like our recreation community center.
Okay.
I say for design and technology, because they have that Best Buy. The Best Buy area inside of there, so they have the students have access to all of.
It's the Detroit Hispanic development
center.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like you might have heard of that before.
Yeah. Right.
Again, just looking online for different design things. So I was telling you yesterday, I wanted to go to FIT in Parsons in New York City. Mm-hmm. So right now, Parsons has different online classes that you can take. One of them that I'm interested in is the Teen Vogue. So they have like a Teen Vogue program where you can go in and take the class for about 8 weeks. You get a certificate, and then you have like access to to speak to all the directors and different leaders in the industry. So I really like that one.
Yeah, that is really great.
That's awesome. So we were before you came on the show, we actually put your flyer in a thing. We're like, she kind of looks like Paula Abdul. So
oh my God, I get that one.
Do you?
I bet you do.
I wanted to if you got that before. So thanks again. We appreciate you coming on the show. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Doing awesome work. I think I see blowing up. So
yeah, I can't wait to see what else you come out with.
Sky's the limit.
When you start doing, when you start doing your private line as well. I can't wait to see your growth. That's amazing. Keep up the great work.
So go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for getting out and reaching out to people in the community. I believe this is really big.
Right.
Go ahead and give your website if you want to give your website. Anybody want to follow on you on your Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and give all your social media or whatever you want to promote.
Okay, awesome. All right, you guys. So go follow me at It Girl Lashes with 1 L, and follow us at London's Alley Shop. And our website is www.londonsalley.org. And if you're in the Metro Detroit area, we will be at the Michigan Squeeze Station tomorrow. We're going to be having giveaways, demonstrations, and then you get to you can test our new products. So so you gotta come check us out. And I would say she said, stay tuned and just keep your eye out for all the things that I'll be working on, because I'm pretty I like to work on a lot. I like to take on a lot of projects. So I'm just like,
same. I can't wait to see.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Good luck. Much love. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay,
bye.
Have a great day.
She's awesome. I was looking
cute.
All this stuff, but I was like, I don't know. Definitely the younger crowd is wearing some of those hoodies and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know. I think I need a good girl to dress me again. It's been a while. It's been a while, So.
Right. Yeah, my son would totally rock that shirt.
Yeah, I know.
And that hoodie. I could see you wearing that hoodie. You could see you both wearing that hoodie. That hoodie was cool.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, her clothes are, aimed towards younger, but like she said, a nice fresh pair of white kicks or something.
Right.
Pull it all together.
No, those clothes are they're okay.
They're trendy.
I couldn't do. It's one or the other. That's just way too bold
I said,
for me.
my son has really taught me to just throw some colors together. I always, pretty coordinated pretty well. I've always been that person.
Right.
But
like you are now.
Thank you.
For real. You look nice.
But thank you very much. But my son, I swear, he could like rock the most craziest abstract
Right.
design.
Some people
right?
just pull
No,
that shit
no,
off.
not just that. We go out in public and people are stopping him. They're like, "Oh,
Right.
dude, you are
Right.
really pulling that
That's
off."
cool,
Like
right.
he just the most
That's
like
cool.
purple pants, orange
Just don't
shirt,
give a shit. Just throw some shit
crazy.
on.
But you know, right? And it like
But with style.
you would think it would be not give a shit, right?
Right.
But he like actually put like thought into it, and I'm
Right.
like, or I felt so bad. So the other day I had said to
She
him,
said,
I said,
"Oh man."
so we go to leave, and he comes out, and I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing? And he's like, what? And it was like red shirt. It had some like design on it. The shorts had the craziest design on it. They had no red in it. Like it was just all mismatched. And he had like hot pink, and he had like hot pink socks on. And I'm like,
what? Oh my God.
what? So
Right.
a little bit later, I had seen a picture of, I forget what star it was, what, celebrity. And I was like, oh, look, he's like, hot pink socks. I want to fucking hear it. And I go, what? And he's like, he tried to fuck me and change my socks. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And then like two more people walk up. They're like, bro, you look so dope. That's dope.
Right.
And he's like, thanks, man. And he looks at me. He's like,
Right.
really? And I said, okay.
Like the pink thing, the pink stuff.
You know
now,
what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, now like in the early 2000s or something, like I think I seen it was like Diddy, Puffy wear like a pink shirt, or Pharrell was wearing stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, I would wear a pink shirt, and I went and bought me a Nautica. I'll do stuff like that, a little here and there, but yeah, I still keep kind of keep it simple.
He rocks it. The crazier the sometimes I'm like, oh, that's kind of
like
ugly.
To stand out.
And then he puts it on, and I'm like, you look really good. He's like, I don't know. I admire being able to do that because, for me, I'll literally change an outfit 5 times before I go put back on something black.
Right.
I just have certain color. Well, for me. Like for men, I think it's different. For women, I dress to match my skin tone. I think that's kind of
I don't
know.
Wow,
I don't know.
is that bad that I thought about? Did I think like that too? Because I
dress to match my skin tone and my hair color because it's so dark. Certain colors just don't look good on me, or they look washed out. And I just don't look good in that.
Like if you didn't have that neck piece on, you would look so plain. But that makes everything.
This is a new neck piece I just got. I love that.
For real, like I
love
know
that.
how to dress.
Mm-hmm.
I had my friend ask me, "Do you wear suits? Would you wear a suit?" I was like, "Of course I wear." I have
so much jewelry and pieces like this and accessories. I am an accessory product. I'll throw anything on with just a black tank and.
There you go, guys.
There's your outfits.
Yeah, here.
Live 27, 365.
I want to wear none of that shit either.
Gas station glasses. Don't care what the masses think about me with my sweet goatee. I'm rocking with the cuff and a crease. I got that same and the cuff and a crease. I look nice. I got dozens of dollars, and that's right. It goes straight to my daughters and my wife. I'm a miracle dad, making magic with the joke. It's a talent I have. I roll hard in the yard with a 60-inch cut. See the radio, my neighbors say, what? They be driving by, peeping my landscape. These rings got nothing on my landscape.
No.
Man, his shorts are
begonias, crepe myrtle. Hold it up. Is that a weed in my fescue?
I know that's not like
It's the dad life. It's the dad life. Take my daughter to the party. It's the dad life. It's the dad life. It's the dad life. Shooting kids to the kids. It's the dad life. Roll up to the splash pad. 10.
We need to get that. I need to get that. These guys on.
You guys can use my minivan. You can use my minivan. So those aren't even shorts. Those are called jorts.
Shorts. What in the world?
Dad jorts.
That's all you have. Yeah,
we're gonna get you some dad jorts for your photo shoot.
When you sit down, they come up like 5 inches, 6 inches.
High socks with the slides. Yeah. Terrible. Fucking terrible.
That's when you know you're old, when you can't put your hands in your shorts in your pockets of your shorts.
So they have these shorts out right now. I think they're hilarious, but my son thinks they're great. So I guess it's a millennial thing, and it reminds me of the old khaki shorts that the guys used to wear that were like the nutters, you know, like real tight and short,
like Docker shorts or something like that.
Yes, they're called chubbies. And chubbies. They're called chubbies, and they come in like pastel pink and teal.
Oh, I see.
And floral colors, right?
Almost kind of like the polo shorts, tight. Like
but super tight and tall, right, and high on the thigh. And every time I see these, like the pictures of the guys they use, it reminds me of like.
Right.
All their dads are lawyers.
Right.
And like they can wear these. It's
right. Like at the cookout, family cookout.
Yeah. Yes. And my son will rock these fucking chubbies, and I'm like,
that's crazy. That's funny. That's funny. With some pink socks.
He said you got to have a nice thigh for that, but a nice thigh.
Man.
These
crazy. What in the world?
Shit crack.
Chubbies. Shout out to Chubbies.
Hey, I want to have that. I aspire to have that much confidence one day.
Right. Jesus. Especially in Detroit. Yeah, let me put those on and go to the store.
Here in Arizona, they don't give a fuck what they wear. I've seen some shit here.
Like tan Bermuda shorts with a white shirt sleeve. Short sleeve, but Metro Beach, damn.
Oh. I'd cringe too.
Well, I got a good friend. Shout out to his father. I love you, man. But I gotta say this.
We're gonna throw you under the bus.
He cuts the grass in a 3-piece suit. So I'm just shout out to you know who.
Really?
Hey, but he cut the grass. I was like, why are you letting your dad cut the grass in a 3-piece suit?
Okay, is this something he wears all the time, or he puts it on just to cut the grass?
He would wear it for work, so I guess.
Yeah,
so then he'd get home and he'd be pissed because nobody cut the grass.
Yeah, he was a.
Oh, shame on his kids for not cutting that lawn.
Right.
He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do this shit myself. Damn kids.
Right.
And then he cuts the lawn.
Oh, you know, I was gonna tell you, Alex. I know you
do it.
I know you did you lose a friend recently?
No, my friend lost his father.
Oh man, rest in peace.
There was an explosion explosion Friday or something. His dad hit something, and I'm 58 years old, man.
Oh man.
I ran into him yesterday at the store, and I was just thinking about him like 10 minutes prior because I'm just trying to help him out.
Right.
I'm trying to get him in where I'm at. And so I had just thought about him for some reason. And then when I stopped and seen him yesterday and took that picture and hung out with him a little bit, I said, I was just thinking about you. And he said, you know why? And then he told me, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know what to say. So, condolences to my friend Andre. I worked with him for 10 years and his family and everything. 50 years old. So God bless him and his family. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah.
Prayers.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to baseball. The Tigers actually they were on a winning streak and then they lost 2 straight to the Athletics. So I don't know if you've been some of the games.
Yeah. That's annoying losing to them. Oh my God. I hate the Athletics are just one of them teams like the Twins. Yeah. They just bother me.
Right.
Even though I bought a hat last weekend, still I hate it. The hat's cool.
It was Jackie Robinson Day, and I know me and Alex definitely both paid homage to Jackie. So I'm gonna play this real quick for you.
All right. Is it me or does it seem like that comes around really fast?
It does.
It's. I was like, wow, is this like twice a year? It just comes by so fast.
I thought that too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
America has ever seen. And starred on the college stage. When duty called, you stepped up while speaking out. Then you got that long-awaited call, and you answered gloriously and gracefully.
And when your playing days were over, you became a champion in a different league, paving the way, again, leading by example. Though your fight sometimes seems far from over, your legacy continues to inspire generations of dreamers and leaders. Thank you, Jack.
Man, Granderson, the Grandy man, I miss him. I love how he does that. He always kind of does videos for him.
You stood out.
He'll do his own little thing.
Right, I'm sorry. It just kept playing. I was actually having a conversation with my father, and we were talking about Jackie, and it's crazy that it's been 74 years since he, went into the MLB, but the first black man to be inducted, or not inducted, but to play in the MLB team. Not only did he probably get shit from the fans, which you probably seen the movie, you probably read the books.
Right.
I was asking my dad, he probably got shit from the player. He probably had a shower separately. You know what I mean? Everything was probably segregated until they were able to welcome in him as a player. So he was not only getting it from the fans, not getting it from society. He was getting it from probably from his own players.
His teammates.
Yeah. So
he played for the Negro League before he even went to the
I know
major league. So,
but I'm saying,
he was definitely
had some
some stuff.
What I'm saying is that he had to have some tough fucking skin to be that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was like, what can I say about? I try to put certain things in my words when I share stuff, but I was like, there's just not enough words in the dictionary to I can't. I literally sit there and think about, the war and then everything that wow, man, you got to be pretty strong, courageous person, man, to care that much and actually want to make a difference. It was bigger than baseball. I tell people it's more bigger than the game. It's all, so
that's a perfect analogy. Bigger than baseball.
You know what I mean? So I just love how
he was getting I heard he was getting death threats. All kinds of
hate mail.
I can imagine. He couldn't go nowhere.
I saw that people were throwing stuff at him. I saw all kinds of stuff that had happened, and he still persevered and he still pushed through. And just an incredible talent. Or how about the people who, were treating him this way, but still wanted to watch him play. I saw that as well, where I thought it was just, God, you really are a fucking bigot to be able to even be part of that. I'll never understand it. And
I always think about the
understand that mentality. I don't care what time or age it was. It's just,
I always think about the people that he did change their mind, because from he actually changed people's minds about a lot of things just from the way he played the game. He made them enjoy themselves and just be amazed. And some people, he
contradicted their ignorance. He contradicted their ignorance and made them actually look at themselves and think, okay, why am I treating this human that has such great talent and such a great soul so poorly because society wants me to, or because this is how I was raised to do. This person is a great human being with amazing talents, way better than me, my children, my family, my friends, right? So he definitely broke down barriers and built connections for so many people, and it was not easy.
And they say about Floyd Mayweather, some people you love him, some people hate him, but you know what? You're still buying a pay-per-view, you're buying a ticket to see him lose or win. So they did the same thing with him. They wanted to go and pay a ticket and to boo the guy.
Yeah, you hate him or you love him or you hate him. He still got paid.
In actuality, all they was doing was and motivating and infusing him with all this, just like you said, just greatness and just to push back harder. So it's crazy. I just love it.
Definitely bigger than baseball.
I love how they pay homage and just everybody's wearing the number, and I think it's beautiful, man.
Well,
So,
and I think I brought this up on the or I watched the Food That Made America, and some of the things like the early inventors, the early thinking outside the box thing, the early entrepreneurs, the early like Jackie Robinson, someone it basically what it is that one person it revolutionized everything from a Jackie Robinson to a guy that invented ketchup. You know what I mean? So it always had a one person.
Yeah, and it didn't stop with him. I mean,
but I'm saying,
I get
you just always had to start with that one person. That one person, made a difference. Broke the mold, broke the barriers. You know what I mean?
Had the courage to do so.
That person is very special because they just, you know what I'm saying? Everything changed from that point.
And you know what I always get a kick out of, and I just ever since I was younger, when Hank Aaron hit the 700th or whatever, the home run,
right?
And he's running, and I never really heard nobody speak on this,
right,
on a podcast or just in general. These white fans running with him around the base, man.
Right.
I mean, if that ain't the love of the game, I was just like, wow, because he had to deal with
same thing,
just as much, if not more. I mean, especially where he was raised and all that. So, it's great. And I just want to read this in the Hall of Fame when
that's beautiful.
For something Robinson once told future Hall of Famer inductee Hank Aaron that the game of baseball is great, but the greatest thing is what you do after your career is over. Robinson retired at the age of 37 on January 5th, 1957. So I just wanted to read that. I thought that was cool.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
All right. We'll move on to basketball.
Who's that, Holy Redeemer team? That's the Pistons. My bad.
No.
Yeah, Holy Redeemer don't even got a team no more. But
they won this game the
other day Western Cowboys. No.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They won this game.
Oh, was that my out loud voice? Sorry.
They won against Oklahoma. They're 17-39, but
defense that has been here throughout the fourth quarter. Hayes going high off the glass. Stewart on the rebound, and the putback is good.
It is still just a 7-point game, as it was at the 7-minute mark.
The last 6 of the Detroit Roby run off the 3-point line, try to drive inside, and it's Stewart.
And you weren't allowed.
Yeah, they win 1, lose 2.
Just stingy.
Win 1, lose 3.
Hayes floats it, and Stewart somehow punched it up off the glass. I believe that was a pass to Stewart, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, whatever it was.
I was
right.
I was just going to say that Stewart is playing really good. A lot of people are.
I mean, they got some.
Renee Floria.
They got some things to work with, man.
Little bit. But again, they're young, so.
Right.
It's all full circle.
It's a vicious cycle.
It really is.
Until otherwise.
It really is. We're just going to call him Holy Redeemer from now on.
Right. The Lions. Detroit Lions.
Sad news, and I was really surprised.
That's what it evolves into, and I know the Pistons are just
so much sad news going on right now.
Well, I was going to say LaMarcus Aldridge retired the other day, regular heartbeat. So that's kind of sad because he's such a talent, and I think sometimes you have to, because I actually and I'll tell a little bit about the story or whatever. So
I think I remember what you're about to talk about, but
basically when I played hockey or whatever,
right.
I sat down with my parents, sat down with the doctors, and it's a hard decision sometimes to kind of hang up your skates or hang up your tennis shoes. Can't play no more because doctors say, hey, you know what? If you go out there, you might end up paralyzed, or you might have a heart attack on that floor. So it's got to be a tough decision for a pro athlete to say, you know what?
It's bigger than a game, man. Like I said, not to repeat myself, but it's
time. I have to, it's either my health or it's possibly I could lose my life. And he's got a family, and so he made a huge decision, and it's sad for the organization. But you don't want him to go out there and have a heart attack while he's playing a game. So
no, he made a wonderful decision for his health, his family, even the team. Nobody wants to go through that, but just the longevity of his life. He made a great decision. A lot of athletes don't make that decision, and they go the other route. And so many bad things happen. I know, just for me being a football mom, right? Football, lacrosse mom, wrestling. Dominic did all of that, motocross. He did years of motocross until he was in high school.
I love that.
I put him on a bike when he was 4. Like he's just always been an athlete. Well, when he got to college, I wanted him, he had always started. He was always a star in football, and captain and special teams and all this, right? So when he got to college, he kind of backed off of football a little bit and went with lacrosse, and then kind of was backing off some stuff. And I was, I was kind of hurt a little bit, because I was like, we work, right? I'm on the sidelines. Right. As my kid is taking hits and blows, right? So we have worked so hard for this. And he just said, Mom, I'm not going pro. I have, there's other things I want to do, and my body. And at that point I had to step back, and I was sad, because he's a great athlete. But I respected him for saying, I need to step back. This is what I want to do. I don't want to have a body that's hurting me all the time. I have some injuries. He had injuries from motocross and different things. So when you love a sport so much, even it's a love-hate, right? You love it, but there's so much to it that you're like, oh, this is so hard, right? It's just this, this personal, you just have this, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-discipline, right? It's self-discipline, right? So you have this self-discipline, and you push yourself so much. Even though you have a team, it's you against yourself. And so to make that decision and to step back from something you absolutely love, because that this has to happen, because you have to.
Yeah, if you can't give it your all for your team, I mean.
But even for yourself, right?
Certain players care that much. But yeah, I know what you mean. But
because being an athlete really, I feel like it makes you you're a whole grounded person. It really brings.
Oh yeah, you definitely think differently.
I think when you're young, I think that it's great for kids and adolescents to experience that, right? So when you have a love for something and you have to step back, it definitely shows a strength, even though at that point they might feel like it's a weakness, so for him, I think he made a wonderful decision for him and his family. Okay, that's my point.
Yeah, I remember. No, but that's a great point though, for real. Like, there's a lot that goes into stuff like that, and you do carry yourself a certain way. I mean, like, just even from when you're a kid, you watch certain players and athletes, and you're like, I want to be like, I want to be like I know I can't play like them, but I wanted to carry myself like an Alan Trammell or a Derek Jeter, and just like these
athletes are
Barry
so hard
Sanders,
on themselves. You guys are athletes. I mean, I cheerleaded volleyball, right? Stuff like that. But athletes,
there's a lot that goes into that too, though.
There is, right?
Dedication.
Yeah.
I need to watch you play volleyball right now.
Hey.
Hey, you set up a little beach in the background for your thing.
Got it. So let's do this. Let's do this.
Our viewers, let's go. Woo!
So I mean, we can make it happen. I'll put on some of them chubbies and we'll
go. Short.
You said chubbies.
Booty short and titties flopping. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Everywhere. It'll be everywhere. We have a whole lot going on.
Some chubbies. Wow.
You guys are funny.
He wrote a letter, and I'm not reading it because I'm not crying on air. So
let's hear you cry. I want to see.
It's
come on, let's see you cry.
It's too long.
It's okay.
Did you guys see
Just
it?
read a portion.
I didn't see the letter. Go ahead.
Hold on, let me see.
Go ahead. You can.
I gotta pull it up on Twitter.
Summarize it.
Yeah, just
It's not too
Do a
long, but
Yeah.
briefing. Just brief us.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody recently, and he's like, "I'm going to give you the Reader Digest version," and I've never heard that, but I thought it was funny. So if you can
all right.
Reader
That's what I
Digest.
live my life by. The Reader Digest version. Just
Yeah,
look
can
at
you give us
pictures.
the Reader Digest version, Alex?
He said, today I write this letter with a heavy heart. My last game I played while dealing with an irregular heartbeat. Later on that night, my rhythm got even worse, which really worried me even more. The next morning, I told the team what was going on, and they were great getting me to the hospital and getting me checked out. Though I'm better now, what I felt with my heart that night was still one of the scariest things I've ever experienced. With that being said, I made a difficult decision to retire from the NBA. For 15 years, I put basketball first, and now it is time to put my health and family first. I'm thankful for everything this game has given me, the great memories, including all the ups and downs and friendships I've made and will keep with me forever. I thank Portland for drafting a skinny Texas kid and giving him a chance. The city of Portland has given me some unforgettable years. They will always remain in my heart. I want to thank the Spurs for letting me into the family and giving me 5 fun years. Last but not least, I want to thank Brooklyn. You wanted me for me in a game that's changing so much. You asked me to come out and just do what I do, which was good to hear. I'm sorry it didn't get to last long, but I've definitely had fun being a part of this special group. You never know when something will come to an end, so make sure you enjoy it every day. I can truly say I did that. LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's awesome.
Number 12.
Yeah.
I remember when he got drafted by the Bulls. That was
He's a
crazy. They
true
traded his
athlete.
ass real quick.
Mhm.
They wanted him real bad, Portland, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
49 points shy of 20,000, man. That's pretty crazy. That would have put him 46. He's 47th all time in total points scored.
Hopefully he will become involved in other things so that
Oh,
he
yeah.
can keep,
You'll see
he'll
him
be
on
part of the other, the
Yeah.
other side of sports.
Yeah, he'll definitely be.
I think that'll be good for him, and he's going to have a huge support group for.
I think he's going to be an
following
analyst for Portland, over there in Portland, or have something to do
That'd
with
be
them.
great.
Them or
That'd
San
be
Antonio,
awesome.
but yeah.
Good move. Good move.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the NHL. The Red Wings, like Alex said, same as the Pistons. They win 1, they lose 4. But
That's all right, man. That's all right. That's all right. They got.
They won 4-1 against Blackhawks the other day.
The Irishman's making big moves, so it's okay. It's gonna all come together, man.
I don't get to watch much hockey. I mean, because I just don't.
Right.
I mean, I would as much as I love the Red Wings. I just felt like I didn't want to pay for the NHL ice pass.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not paying that type of money. If I, to be honest with you, it's funny because I don't know if I ever talked about it. So one time, my mom recently, I guess during the pandemic, she's like, "Hey, she hasn't been home. I think it's almost been 10 months."
Okay.
She's like, "Can you call Comcast or whatever in Xfinity, and can you tell them to maybe reduce the bill?" And I was like, "Reduce the bill for what?" And then I said, first of all, what Xfinity account? Isn't in your name? She's like, "No, when you lived there, it's been in your name when you had."
Oh yeah.
And I said, and she goes, "I never switched it." And I go,
"Oh."
And how many years again, though? Did you tell me
That's 2000. I think like 1999 or something.
What in the world?
So she goes, "I never switched it."
You still got a box on over there. What the hell is on right now?
Yeah, no. So I said, and I was like, "Oh, shit." So I was like, she goes, I just paid the bill. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't.
She's been paying the bill for 20 years.
Yeah. She goes, I just pay the bill. I use the internet, and I just left it in your name. And So I called to reduce it or whatever the case. But what I was trying to get to was I was thinking about telling her, can I just get like a box delivered over there so I can watch, like I can subscribe, and so I can get Fox, Fox whatever, and maybe download the app. But I don't know how much that costs. But I definitely probably should make that call. So maybe I don't pay as much for like NHL Center Ice or whatever. So I was thinking about that. I was like, what if I just add a box or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Never plug it in. You know what I mean? So I can just app, so I can watch. Just to watch the Red Wings. Of course, I can't watch all the other teams, but who cares, right? But I was thinking about that the other day. But it's so funny because I was like, what the fuck? That's still in my name? Okay.
That is crazy, man. That's a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
That's when we was there.
Well, because I had like
everything set up. Yeah, we had everything set up and everything.
I had cable, I had phone. You know what I mean? But she's like,
you had all kinds of shit going on.
So what exactly is set up there? Just
internet.
Cable?
Just internet. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just internet.
What's going on over here?
Yeah. My mom, because my mom travels back and forth all the time. Well, when she did before the pandemic, there was a time where my mom was coming here every 2 weeks, and then every month, and then when she retired, it was like every couple months.
Right.
But there's always been somebody that lives at the house, so my mom always had somebody that just sits, because it's a big home. So she, has somebody
family.
Somebody just lives upstairs, a friend of hers or whatever, and just watches the house. The house is a lot to upkeep. You talking about lawn, you talking about putting the garbage out, turning the lights on. So somebody's always been there. So because she's just she's always on the road. So it is what it is. So of course there's internet there. So the lady has internet access.
You could probably get a box.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Get a box. God damn it, I need a box.
Yeah. Never mind. I stand with you.
Never mind.
Never mind.
We're gonna keep this cable related.
You know what? Can you send me a box to
climb the pole,
Phoenix, so I can plug it in?
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry.
You too. Separate right now.
Separate. Time out. All sides holding on the player.
Trying to pull up this article.
Which one?
We'll move on to soccer. I know there's not a lot of soccer out there, but
my cat's nuts, man.
Diego Maradona.
I was looking over cat's nuts. I don't know what he's doing right now.
It auction, and it sells for $1 zillion. So
$1 million.
$1 million. Diego's 1982
old ass jersey. Damn.
It's auctions.
1982. Wow. That's crazy, man.
So it hits auctions. So if there's soccer players,
and he didn't even score a goal.
No,
in that game.
Wow.
They lost. That's kind of crazy, though. I mean, wow.
That was
when he was that popular, though. I mean, obviously,
Pele played.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Argentine soccer legend made his WC debut on June 13th, 1982, in a group stage match against Belgium. Didn't score a goal in the 1-0 loss, but the 21-year-old flashed some potential of the superstar he would become. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I wear a size medium, guys. I'll take one.
The opening bid started at $65,000.
Medium.
That's crazy.
That is
$65,000 was the opening bid.
Oh wow! And I guess the reason it went up, $65,000. And the range, it ranged somewhere $200K. And he passed away last year in November from a heart attack. 60 years old.
Oh wow!
Rest in peace, Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Diego,
sounds familiar, but I'm not.
He played alongside Pele.
I know guys like David Villa, Fernando, like all these back in the day. They played for Spain. Those guys were big time. But yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you, soccer is not the huge sport in U.S., but it is the international sport. It is it is international. It's their baseball. It's
were about to.
Yeah, it's their football.
They had a soccer
everything.
league going on that was supposed to happen last year before the COVID.
I love to watch soccer. I don't really understand it all the rules too much, but just I love the energy. I love the energy, and it reminds me of hockey without skates. Like they don't give a fuck, right? Remember how hockey back in the day, they'd fight. They don't give a fuck. They're rowdy. They're crazy. I feel like soccer has that same energy.
Yeah,
like not fist fighting. They will though. They will listen. Don't
adrenaline.
Don't fuck up and get headbutted because I've seen it. I'm like,
for sure.
They will get an injury. They'll be bleeding and go hard as fuck. I'm like, these people are rowdy.
My bucket list. I want to go to a World Cup. If it's it's in Spain or Rio de Janeiro, I want to go. They said going to a World Cup is the best thing that you can ever go to. So that would be something to go to. So
that energy would just be incredible.
Well, no, you're not talking about 20,000 fans. You're talking
like 80,
100,000.
Right? Yeah, just waves. And
they're fucking rowdy as fuck and fighting in the
sweaty
stands.
Ass girls looking at the tops and shit.
You said sweaty.
Well. Oh, geez.
I'm just assuming. I can't imagine. I mean, right? I'm sure it's crazy.
Alex loves some sweaty titties. He just the sweatier the better. I love
some tit sweat. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know about the sweat part. I like tits, but I don't the sweat part.
Yeah, you lift up the tit.
Maybe it's because I experience it so much. I'm like, I'm not really a fan of that. It is what it is. I can take it or leave it.
The sweat marks.
Sweat marks. You lift up them titties and you drink that juice, baby.
Oh, damn. What in the world? I need a laboratory break, so I'll be right back into
that whole comment was so salty.
When you said I'll be back. Sorry.
I need a sip of water.
So Biden announces September 11th. Afghanistan's withdrawal deadline says it's time to bring troops home.
Biden announcing he will withdraw all U.S. troops from Afghanistan by September 11th, bypassing the Trump administration intention to complete the pullout of troops by the 1st of May. We'll get reaction to all of this, and it's coming in fast and furious from all over on Capitol Hill, but also many other issues. We'll talk to former House Speaker John Boehner in just a few minutes.
So I got to be honest with you. I don't know what's your opinion on this, but I mean, I love for the troops to come home, but here's the problem. The problem is if we pull these troops out of the Middle East, Afghanistan, Saudi, whatever the case may be, I just think it's a chance for new terrorists to pop up and guess what? More bullshit. And then we have to send them back. Sometimes it sucks that the United States has to be over there, but we're over here governing these countries and keeping these guys in check. I think the biggest thing, and I was a George W. fan, but I think the biggest thing George W. did, or biggest mistake that he did, was get rid of Osama bin Laden. I mean, not bin Laden, but what was the other guy that they hung? What was the other guy?
Bin Laden. Saddam
Hussein. So it seemed like before, when I was watching some of that stuff, he kept those little terrorist things. I know he was a fucking terrorist himself, but he kept those fuckers in line, and they were scared of him. So he was like the big bully on the block, and I think that was a mistake that the U.S. went in there and got rid of him, because even though he was doing bad shit,
he had control, right?
He had control of that Middle East, and he was like I said, he was like
all hell broke loose after they got rid of him.
Got rid of him. You just seen all these fuckers come. I like I said, I don't. It's so difficult. Do we pull troops out? Do these people need to come home? All that bullshit. So
I agree.
It's a tough decision, but I guess it's got to happen. We still got you know, look at Korea. We still got troops there. Just dumb. We have to, these communist countries, we got to make sure that we have our president. Because if not, they're like, well, fuck it. Everything's fucking crazy. Let's just fucking blow up everything. So I don't know. It's so
I wish I can get my nephew to call in, man. Let me see if I can message him and get him to call in and see what he thinks about, stuff like that. But he was in Afghanistan.
If I had a military, my brother-in-law, if you call in or anybody out,
5 years.
602-699-3101. Any
please call in.
My military friends are in Vegas right now, so they're not calling in.
Partying.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea for have them call in right now. They're on a little.
That would definitely be.
No, but Drake, that's a great. That's a great point, and you literally took the words from my mouth. Like, I agree. It's such a hard call because obviously you want the troops to come home. I mean, we're in 20 years of war right now over in Afghanistan, and just you look at how the U.S. presence has molded things one way or another, and it just makes you look back on the past and what you said, past mistakes that have happened, and trying not to repeat them, but trying to move forward. And you want to think that these people would be able to govern their own, countries and areas. But again, if you take too much out, then it opens the lines for them to just, be fucking willy-nilly and not give a fuck and start. All the floodgates are open, and here we go again. So it's a tough call.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it just makes it tough because, we definitely want to bring the troops home. But, when we stop policing those Middle Eastern countries, what's the next group that pops up? You know what I mean? So
Right. You don't want to be reckless. But again, like you said, it's so many pros and cons to it. It's hard to pick one. So sucks.
So in Indianapolis, the police, the Federal Express facility, we had shooting. I don't know if you saw that, 8 dead, multiple injured the other day. Just these shootings are just, insane. That's what's going on.
I haven't watched no news this whole week.
So I did a little
research. No, I was just saying I kind of did a little research, like when you guys were sending stuff, and I looked at some stuff, but I just haven't watched the news, man. It's been a horrible couple of weeks, man. I mean,
I had a lot of overload the last couple of days myself, and so I tried to stay away from seeing all the details of it. I did see this morning, you sent it to me. So the shooter were they apprehended? Did they kill themselves?
I'll play the video.
Okay.
Army Special Forces and President of Security Studies, Jim Hansen. Jim, thank you for being with us quickly on this breaking news. We wanted to use your background here in the security studies. As you just heard Anita mention, that we don't know details about the shooter yet or the shooter's relationship to this facility. But as someone who has that background as you do, can you tell us how difficult it would be to gain access inside a facility like this?
Generally, obviously, they're going to have some sort of external physical security. If this person was an employee, they would have their badge and be able to get in. It has kind of the hallmarks of either a workplace incident or a domestic
ways to get in,
where the person worked there and as such may have been able to gain access, or their spouse or significant other in some way worked there, or someone they had a relationship issue with. And in that situation, they may have had to force their way in there. Having a weapon will get you past most security in the United States because we just do not have that level of threat that you would have, security that someone couldn't overcome if they did have a weapon.
It's also interesting to note that there's no cell phones or anything like that allowed inside the building. With your background with securities, I mean, there's got to be a panic button or something, or some type of way to get in contact with people outside of the building, right?
And it's odd for us to think that everyone is so used to having their phone with them every second of the day and being connected to everyone on Earth in any possible way, both for normal communications, but certainly in an emergency like this. I'm sure they have landline phones and radio communications, probably intercom style throughout the building in order to conduct operations. And that would have been a way to at least get, a call out to 911 and to get response on the way. But it is a strange thought.
Some of these facilities, I mean, Alex, you work at Ford.
Yeah, I could tell you exactly. Like I already took like 3 things from there that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can't have. Look, okay, this is just what they did for us when we came in. We scanned our badge at Amazon, and we go in there. We go. Everybody goes to the left. That's where all the lockers are at. Where you put your phone in your locker. So at the breaks, everybody goes to the locker to get their phone. Some people, I don't know how they sneak. I've seen them sneak a phone. I don't know how they're doing it. They want it that bad, but I've seen a couple people, not that much. You know what I mean? And but like you said, they do have intercoms and all that. And like, there's so many stations. You know what I mean? Depending on it's a big plant, man. It's like 16 football fields.
No, but
Romulus, so I don't know how big that facility is, but
what I was going to say, some of these facilities that are that's happening, I hate to say that, but shouldn't they have some type of police station in there? You know what I mean? Like their own.
Well, look, okay, so when I put my phone in the locker,
a couple police officers just in case something like that goes off.
Well, there's security there. They have metal detectors. So when I put my phone in and all that. And we go around all the metal detectors and we go to wherever we're going to work at, 3rd floor, 2nd floor. And then we come back out. Then we got to walk through the metal detectors. So, because people steal stuff. So, they steal cell phones and little things like that, or they try to. So when they come out, you have to be in it. And if it goes off, guess what? You got to go to security. You got to fill out a form and all kinds of shit just because you left your phone in your pocket or something. So, you know what I mean? And then they tell you to write down the serial number of the phone. They do all this shit that. Yeah, you got to write down your name, the serial number, your phone, all of that shit because people steal cell phones and stuff like that. So there was a lot that goes into that. So I just never carry nothing. I was like, I don't want to deal with all that, man. Then you're late for work. You're late back to your station. That's not good. So
you just leave your phone in the car?
I would just leave it in the locker, or sometimes I would just leave it in my car and then go out, but it's such a long walk because like I said, I don't know how big that facility is, but it was like 16 where I'm at. That's
Christ.
It took me 8 to 10 minutes to get to my car for lunch. And then, it's like 3 floors. It was crazy, man. It was crazy just walking around the place.
She's got a good point. I think maybe the supervisors in management should have phones though that are close by.
Yeah, nobody is really allowed that. That's what's crazy. So
why? So what's the purpose of not having the phone?
Because people steal packages. They're shipping packages out.
Okay.
And there's stores. I used to be a store where you just, you're scanning anything from literally like a man's wedding band or to cell phones to like a bag of dog food might be the biggest thing. We didn't really do heavy, big stuff. We just did like, blow up mattresses and like stuff like that. Stuff that would fit in like 18.5-inch cubicles and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So people, they take stuff and there's packages that are opening. I mean, you're constantly opening up boxes and it's a lot.
Products and all kinds of items
so, yeah, so that's crazy. And it had to be somebody that obviously had a problem with somebody or that was worked inside or used to because it's kind of hard to get into there, man. I mean, I went to talk to HR and they kept me outside for almost an hour one time. Like I just left. I was like, I don't work here.
He's like, I just left.
I'm gone. Yeah,
I'm gone.
So.
All right.
But yeah,
I'm a rule breaker. I never listen to the don't bring your cell phone to work rule.
Right.
I'm, though for me, it was.
Breaker.
Well, yeah, a little bit. I look at it like this, like my situation. Fuck it. So my situation was always, with my son and his condition.
Yeah.
Like, if something happens, I need to have an immediate phone call. I can't have somebody trying to call. They're not answering. I can't check on him. There's an emergency. I need to be able within seconds to be able to answer that phone. So I've had, and this actually for years, I've had several employers who it became a battle with them. And I actually had an employer throw my purse away. Yeah. So we were told we were not allowed to bring purses. We could only bring like a little, just a small, like a wallet, right? And it had to go in a certain place, like a little cabinet. Well, several reasons. One, I had a purse and I had my cell phone in it, and I had some medication that I was taking. And then also it was that time of the month. So I had my women things in there, right? So I'm working, busting my ass. And next thing you know, I go to the garbage can and I see my purse in the fucking garbage.
Oh my God.
The owner of the company furious. I'm sorry.
No, tell me what you did. Tell me, go ahead.
He had a come to Jesus moment. I grabbed the whole garbage can, right? Like superpower. I walked through the entire building, right? And I'm holding the trash can. And it's like a 5-star restaurant, right? So I'm holding the trash can and I walk up on him and I fucking pull it out. I'm screaming.
I will massacre you.
Okay, so I made a whole ass scene. I acted crazy. This wasn't the first time I had an issue with him, right? Wow. And so he's gonna tell me in my face, "Don't bring your personal life to work," right?
You son of a bitch, right?
My fucking purse, right? So what I did? I grabbed my purse out and then I took the whole garbage can and dumped it in front of everybody. And I said, "There's your personal fucking business. Peace the fuck out." So I leave. I get my keys from valet. I leave.
And say, you know what? Suck this right now. Damn.
I'm that type. Like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna drag it to the middle of the stage. I'm gonna make a scene.
I know she picked it up and threw it.
Yeah, I picked that whole. I was furious. And so then, I quit. I used to make a lot of money at this place, right? Lots. So I quit, and about 3 weeks, about three and a half weeks later, he called me begging me to come back and apologize. And, and people were calling me constantly. And I was like, I was a great employee. So I know that these are set up for reasons, but times change, right? Yeah, the DNAs change. Everybody's situation. You would like to think they don't bring their life to work, which I always tried not to. I try to keep things separate. Plus, nobody wants to hear about that shit, right? They want you to just do your job. It is what it is. Unless they ask you, then you tell them. But and then you have the employees who can't stay off their fucking phones. I have a family member who called me 2 days ago and she's like, "Calm me the fuck down before I kill my employee." And I'm like, "What happened?" And she's like, "We're fucking slammed." And I come around the corner and the bitch sitting on a box on her phone. And this is on a box, right? So I get why these rules are set up, but I also feel that each person has a different, they're a different walk or a different life. And so if you're going to keep your cell phones from people and you're not going to want them, like Connie said, you have to have, in this day and age, there has to be an emergency outlet. There has to be an immediate something, a response, a button, a supervisor that that you can give, if say you have medical issues, with everything going on with corona, people, whatever, a number that you can say, "Here, this is my supervisor's number." She will definitely answer and she will get the message to me within a minute flat, right? There has to be more.
Like give everybody a damn walkie-talkie. Shit, man. I mean, not that much.
Yes. Yeah.
Do it business-wise,
or how about this? How about in selected areas, you pick one person, kind of like a supervisor, but maybe step down, right? And only that person gets an emergency phone. So maybe every so many stations, that person gets an emergency phone. I mean, you think about it. They have those phones for kids that only dial 5 contacts. Your parents, an emergency. you know, when your cell phone service is shut off, you can still dial 911, right?
Right.
So they should maybe
Great
give them
point.
one person a company phone and have so many people have one. I mean, there has to be some kind of protocol, especially with what's going on in the world
it was
today.
weird.
I mean,
It was weird being without.
times have to change.
No Bluetooth. They didn't want us to have no Bluetooth, and it was just
So
like
no music, no
none
nothing.
of that shit because of people or panic buttons like Connie just said.
Yeah,
I mean,
there has to be something. There has to be something, because nowadays, like, just you talking about that and you saying they couldn't have phones, I could feel my anxiety rising.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh my gosh.
you ain't putting my ass in that situation. It's bad enough our kids have to go to school and work, well, without minus the pandemic, but have to go to school and worry about what they're going to do in a shooting and to use their phones in their backpacks. I snuck a phone in Dom's backpack every day. And he went to private school, and I don't care. He always had a phone on him.
Put that shit on silent.
Put it on silent.
Right,
you call me from a damn locker inside of a locker.
Right.
I don't care where you gotta hide. You have a phone on you at all times. And if I told him, and if you had to go to a space where you couldn't get to your bag, you slip that phone in your pocket.
Yeah.
And I worked at Christ for about, I think it was about 4 or 5 months, and I definitely was this guy.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
Always. You're always on your lunch break. Whatever. That's late to mine. You can give a fuck, whatever. I'm a good employee.
So we'll move on to the kid writes. It looks like she was charged with 2nd-degree manslaughter. Do you agree with those charges, or do you think she should have been convicted of just plain out murder?
So I don't think that the murder would have stuck. I think that the man, not that I'm saying that I agree, right? But they have to go with something that they think is going to stick. The 2nd degree was proven. She was being reckless. It was in the heat of the moment. She committed, this murder willingly, knowingly. I think when they,
if there's any officer listening, we still definitely want someone to call in. Just to kind of get
I couldn't get a
point of view. But if there's anybody listen, 602-699-6101. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think when they bring these charges, they have to look at what they think is going to stick, So I don't, even though I believe that it should have been a different charge, should have been murder, I think this one has a more chance of it sticking.
Okay.
Yeah,
the whole thing is just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been following this story too much, but I mean, whatever's going to put them away the longest.
Well, his actions, regardless, you have two different.
Well, you have a 26-year veteran. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to, so I was talking to an officer. He's not going to call in, but I was trying to. He's like, I can, but
a lot of them don't want to.
Yeah, if you're retired, something along those lines, you call. So he was just telling me, he's like, it's just piss poor training when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? It's just piss poor training. He says the reason why these officers are killing these people, or mistakenly killing these people, whatever the case is, well, he said it's training. He goes, you don't see the DARE program anymore. You don't see these education programs anymore. So, and I said, so why? So what happened? And he says, funding. So he said, they don't have money. They don't have these community programs. They don't have these things that are training these officers. She goes,
power, all that.
Yeah, he said, just a 26-year-old veteran made a stupid mistake, but it's all about lack of training. So she's ahead of this and ahead of that. She knows damn well what side of the taser and her gun's on. Trained for that. So he just said it's just a lack of training. Just a lack of training. He said it's just a dumb mistake. And he says that they give the government, the state, or whatever the case may be, they just a lack of funding of these different programs to train these officers. They constantly need to be training from hand-to-hand combat to people skills. They got to be able to deal with those situations. You know what I mean? And and that's the case. And then I said the other thing is, like, here, Detroit, wherever the case may be, any urban area or metropolitan area, when you get pulled over for a ticket, let's say you have a suspended license, why the fuck is there 8 fucking police officer cars pull up on a fucking simple fucking speeding violation? You know what I mean? Or suspended license. We're not talking about a mass killer. We're not talking about a violent criminal. We're talking about someone that fucking has a lead foot. Like, why is that? If you're
not even a lead foot, you have a lead foot, or in some cases, it's a money thing. So they get caught with a ticket. My suspended license were all because of a money issue at the time when I had them, when I was younger. I couldn't, it was a ticket, right? I got a ticket. I didn't have the money to pay it. I went to court. Whatever happened, I just didn't have the money to pay it. So then I got another ticket. Then I got a warrant. Next thing you know, now I can't drive. So if I can't a fan club. I can't provide for my family, right? Sorry, whoopsie. So it's a big snowball effect. And I have no choice but to go to fucking work, right? So then I get caught driving on another suspended license. Now they want to hit you with even more fines. They don't want you, they want you to go to classes on the days you got to work. It's just a fucking vicious cycle. But then, like you said, you got 8 people that fucking show up like you're this criminal that is robbing banks and fucking murdering people. So now they're intimidating you and they're talking to you like shit, right? They're talking to you like shit. They're degrading you. They're putting you down and making you feel like you're less of a human because you got behind the wheel and you had to drive. You had to go and do something. And I'm not saying that's everybody's situation. Even with a lead foot, yes, they don't want you driving because you could endanger people and this and that. Listen, I've dated a couple cops. They're the fucking worst. They're the worst. They are the worst at endangering people. I will never forget this time. I went out on a date, right? We're going to go to a concert, and he tells me to meet him at his condo. I get there, and he's like, here's a roadie. And he hands me this big old cup full of alcohol, and he's got one, and he's like, let's go. And I'm like, oh, who's picking us up? And he's like, I'm driving. And you can tell he's already got one tied on, right? And so I'm like, you want me to drive? And he's like, no, I'm good. Like, he's like, shh, I'm the law. I'm like,
wow, tough guy.
Tough, right?
Oh,
so they think they're invisible, and they have this sense of, this power. And this isn't everybody, but they abuse their power, they abuse their privilege, and then again, back to, like you said, the intimidation. You show up with 8 fucking people for a traffic stop because I had a ticket for not wearing my seatbelt or because I rolled a stop sign. Fuck out of here. You make me want to run too. Like, talking to me like that, a person can only have so much. You don't know what kind of day I had or what's going on in my life. And now you want to come at me like that? Let's go. I got
to be honest with you. I dated a Detroit cop. I actually liked it because I got pulled over in Allen Park, and she's in the passenger side, and I gave her my driver's license, and then she pulled out her badge, and then she said, they're like, have a good day. I was like, I like this. This is kind of cool. So
entitled fuck.
No, I know. What?
You just get away with all the traffic stops, huh?
Yeah. But that was kind of cool.
Trash.
But I gotta ask you a question. So, I think I always see this on the internet, right? What to do when you get pulled over and how to get out of a ticket. I'm never able to get out of a ticket. I think that was the one time.
I cry.
I get out of the ticket because I'm with a Detroit.
What in the hell?
As a woman, are you know what I'm saying? Like, are you
award-winning performance.
If a guy cries, they'll just be like, man, stop crying, you little bitch.
No, but are you black? You know what I mean? Are you doing the eyebrows? Are you like perking up?
So in many stages of my in driving many stages of years, I have different stages, and now I'm to the crying part. Because I used to just tell the truth, right? And telling the truth didn't fucking do nothing for me. It just got me fucked. Like, I was young, and they're like, oh, whatever. They didn't care, right? So I went to telling the, well, let me start. No, I did the flirting first. Flirting didn't do nothing for me.
Didn't work.
I mean, true story. I see I'm about to get pulled over. I whip off my top, and I know I have a bathing suit top underneath, and I'm like,
hey,
like trying to, no, it didn't work. I still got a ticket.
What did they say to you when you did that? Like, are you okay? Or what?
No,
what
he said, you know damn well this isn't your driveway. You pulled up in this people's driveway. With a bikini top on, and I tried to pretend like there was an emergency, right? And I was up north, right? I tried.
Shit.
No, I tried. I actually got pulled over twice that day, but that's a whole nother story.
Damn.
So again, I shouldn't have been driving. I got pulled over, right? And I was in this podunk ass town up north. They pulled me over. They were gonna arrest me. They allowed my uncle to come get me, right? So my two uncles had to come get me. One had to drive my car back to the property, and the other one had to, no, I wasn't. No, actually I had Zach with me, and Zachary verbally assaulted the cop. I thought for sure I was going to jail that time, right? So
what did he say?
He said, fuck you. You ain't fucking up my holiday. I'll kill you. Goon squad, motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah. All that, right?
Right.
So I'm like, damn it. Roll the window. Fuck. I'm going to jail. All over a ticket. Right? Literally, right? I had to tell the cop I had to lie. I had to say my kid had Tourette's, right? All this. So
he's laughing.
I was like,
right now. He's laughing right now.
He's totally laughing. Like, I literally put my hands out like, I'm fucking going to jail. This is really happening right now up north. So then, and I'm in a totally not up north looking, like I'm in a blacked out Denali with rims. I'm bling the fuck out, right? I'm bling the fuck out.
Some black rapper.
Right. Okay. So I'm like, fuck, right? Zach's in the back seat, running his fucking mouth. The windows are open. I'm like, I'm going to jail. This is it. I'm going to jail on a holiday weekend. So they get my uncle to come get me, right? They take it. I started with the I know my rights shit. You ain't doing this to my kids thing. I tried at this point, I don't know what else to do, right? Because Roscoe Pico train was taking me away.
So funny when you say that. I love
so we get back to the property. The whole family knows like a 2-hour fucking ordeal. Then we're all hanging out, got my bathing suit on. I say to my cousin, I'm like, hey girl, I didn't get a chance to stop at the grocery store on the way here because I fucking pulled over. Right. So, and everybody, was bringing stuff. So I'm like, let's run to the local little market and get some ribs, right? And she's like, okay, so what do? I get behind the fucking wheel again. Okay. There's 2 cops in the whole fucking city. 2. Guess who sees me the second time?
The same one?
The fucking other one. So we're driving. A new one that knows to look for me, right? Because there's only 2. So I'm driving and I see him coming and I'm like, motherfuck. So that was him. So he passes me, right? And as soon as he passes me in my rearview mirror, he does this most obnoxious it wasn't even necessary turnaround with the dust and the flying. He fucking spins around.
Damn. Was he laughing too? Like, good.
I don't know because it was so unnecessary. At this point, I'm shitting my pants. I look over at my cousin and I try to do the switcheroo, right? I'm like, get in the driver's seat. While we're doing 60. I'm trying to get her to do the switcheroo.
Wow.
This girl looks at me and says, I ain't got a license. She won't get in the fucking driver's seat.
Did that a couple times with my ex-wife.
So all I had, my only other option was to bust a left into some random fucking person's driveway, which this cop knew because it's in a small town, right?
Turned into Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And then I ripped my tank top off. I ripped my tank top off with the bikini top on, and I'm like, "What's that? What'd you say?"
Can we do a reenactment?
Yeah. Okay. I rip it off. I got the bikini top on. He walks up to the car, and I'm like pretending I'm about to get out, right? And I was like, I have to pee. So I'm gonna say I gotta pee too. Like I'm throwing the kitchen sink at this motherfucker.
I got diarrhea.
And he just looked at me, and he's like, "Really? This is what you're doing? Like this isn't even the first cop." And he knows, and I'm like, I can't tell him I'm going to get ribs. Like, that's not going to work. So he just looks down at me. He fucking shakes his head. He's like, "You know, this isn't your fucking house, right?" And I'm like, "I know. It was an emergency. I think I said I had to." It was like, I had to go get, I was like, I had to go get an extension cord. I made up the most dumbest.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
Anything you could think of.
It was so pathetic. He's like, "Fucking go back now." And he like told me, "Go back now," like yelled at me, like he dadded me, like, "Bitch, you're done. Stop. Put your fucking clothes on and go home." So he humiliated me. I got lucky that day.
Right. Could have been a lot worse, right?
So that was them. That's them. That's who pulled me over.
Hard in your pay envelope next week because stupidity is subject to withholding.
Jesus, I'm gonna get. I'll just stick it in his. I'm gonna knock him in the middle of next week. I'll slap the shit out of him and then slap him for shit. I just can't wait to get.
Inez, you know what one gas
Inez.
He said, "Is that you coughing?"
Yeah. So now I went from flirting to trying to tell the truth and then lie. And now I just cry like I do the middle-aged woman cry. Like I've had a bad fucking day.
Right.
My life is falling. I could have had a great day, but I go into an instant all on. Please don't do this to me cry. This is the final straw that could break the camel's back type shit.
Right.
And knock on wood, I haven't gotten pulled over, since I've been here, and it's good. It's really good. So we're gonna keep it at that.
Just start throwing a tantrum like he can have all his shit back. I knew he was.
I'm gonna have a whole ass meltdown. I'm gonna have a whole ass meltdown.
I got cheated on, all kinds of shit going on.
I lost my job. I got an ingrown toenail.
Damn, dog.
Right, I'm pulling it all.
I want to know if this works. Yeah, I know. I want to know if this works.
Ingrown toenail.
I got this thing I need cream for. I'm telling it all. I'm making up all types of shit. Man,
I'm gonna see
it's burning right now.
Yes.
God damn it, Richard! The whole car smells like beer. They're never gonna believe I wasn't drinking. Hold on.
Oh, thing. Yeah, this is the best one.
What the hell?
Oh my god!
Run out screaming. No problem. Little trick my dad taught me.
That shit is great. Firearms are useless against them. He's like, I'm allergic.
They're ripping my.
Jeremy, roll around on the ground.
Forget that! I'm starting to swallow. Save yourself! Don't be the hero.
Frank,
he's smacking the shit out of him.
I'm allergic to bees.
We'll come back later and check on you.
Funny as hell, yeah, right. You gotta be real lucky for that shit to happen.
That was my cousin. Sorry, girl. I'm allergic to driving. I can't do that.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh god.
Smart.
I'm allergic.
I would do that. I would do it. Like I'd say there was a spider. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put that in my arsenal.
My skin is swelling up.
I told you the other day. I fucking pulled over and got a taco. Immediately jumped out the car, quick as fuck.
Yeah.
Best taco you ever ate.
Delicious. Every morsel.
So let's say the cops, you pull over and they pull over behind you, and then they get out of the car, and you're getting out of the car or whatever, and you're like, "Oh, you're hungry too." Why would you have played that?
I would have. I ignore them.
Oh, getting some tacos.
I ignore them.
Lunchtime, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go ahead of me? I'm still deciding what I want.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm still deciding. I gotta get my card out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna play that one.
And be like, oh
Clueless
shit,
fuck.
you know what? I gotta go to the ATM. They only take cash.
Right.
Oh,
Clueless as hell.
So your
I'm gonna
boy.
get on my phone and pretend I'm calling. So, what did you say you wanted? Okay, what you want? Extra onion? What do you? Okay. Oh,
I left my
office
wallet at
right.
home. Oh shit. Damn.
I told you, award-winning performance.
Right.
Actress.
That's funny.
So Conor McGregor is off the hook for the sexual assault charge probe. I think you said that you thought he was going to get off anyway. So
yeah,
I did.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. Pick on somebody your own size. Man,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Size. Well, I know that he backed out of the fight. I know we didn't talk about it, but he backed out of that fight for the, I think what is it? The third fight that he was going to fight the other guy that he just lost to. So,
well, he probably bet Poirier because because the other guy was supposed to donate like $500,000 to the charity and backed out of that. So I'm thinking that's why. I didn't read the story, but I'm thinking that's something to do with that. So we'll move on to the Texas middle school 11-year-old. I mean, this kid's my daughter's age, was suspended for hairdo. Mom says Braid battle brewing. So he was kicked out because they had a strict rule about hairdo in the school. But I think that's just the stupidest shit I ever heard. And they're stereotyping this little boy because he's got braids. Like, he's such a cutie. Why would they do that to this little boy? I'd be suing that motherfucking whole county. I would be suing that whole county. Like, what the fuck are these? I know Texas is just a good old boy state, but come on.
He's so damn cute.
He was doing it to pay. It's a certain style that his he was paying homage and shit. He was paying homage, but either way,
it's a beautiful hairstyle. His hair is gorgeous. It's tamed. It's laid flat.
He was trying to celebrate his black heritage.
It's not wild or unruly. Exactly.
That's all he was trying to do.
No,
I mean, we still live. Racism is alive. 100
alive and well.
That ain't the first time that I'm sure. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but heard or seen.
What's the difference between him wearing him? Yeah,
I've seen shit like that happen in Catholic school, and for the shirts. But you're like, no, that teacher just doesn't like that student, or at least that's how we would think back then. But yeah, the school was saying we try to teach our kids about their culture, Black, white, Native American, everything. Cozart said, who I believe was a teacher, said they like to explore their culture. We looked at African tribes and how they braided their hair up. And that's where he got it from. And
I know, but, me and you were in a Catholic school. Would you go to Catholic school, Tori?
I did.
So I know we dressed alike. We wore the same white T-shirt or white shirt. Ties, same slacks. Girls wear the skirts. I understand that, but I don't remember anything like if the skirt.
Well, because nobody never wore their hair like that. Nobody was doing stuff like that back then. So when somebody did do it, they're like, "Hold on." Make an example out of you.
Catholic school would always say they didn't want you to stick out. They didn't want you to stick out. They didn't want you to draw attention. I remember my son coming home from school and telling me that he went to Catholic school as well. They brought him in the office and made him wash his hair because he had gel in his hair.
Yeah,
made him wash. The boys would do the fade with the little spike in the front. They made him wash it out because they didn't like it. You couldn't have that. I think that there's a difference in if it's unruly, if it's wild in the sense where it's bringing attention because it's looking dirty or it's not looking presentable,
Right,
you know,
right.
I think that's one thing. Like you got a kid who looks like their hair hasn't been
Yep.
brushed
Yeah, I've
or
seen that
it's
happen
super long
a
and it's
number of
wild.
times in
I'm going to
grade
need you
school.
to put that in a ponytail. I'm going to need you to put that in a bun, right? Or braids. But to say that this child's hair is inappropriate is absolutely absurd. It is definitely being racial and racial motivated, because if it wasn't, then how come girls are allowed to braid their hair?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like his hair is beautiful,
Right.
and beautifully done. So there's no, I'm sorry, but no, I'd be suing.
You got to remember they are in Texas.
And this, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck Texas.
Good old-
Like I said, yeah,
yeah.
you know, everybody love, and that's what kills me.
and
Like
that-
they have their laws about the guns and all. Everybody loves them and shit, but then they got shit like this where
dumb
certain
shit
male
like that.
prevents male students from having ponytails, pigtails, and buns. It says so.
And if parents don't stand up and push the envelope
Right.
and continue to fight for their children, it's never going to change, right? Who is this J guy? Braids is a thug image.
I mean, that's your opinion. I think it's ridiculous, but you're entitled to your opinion,
ridiculous. That's an ignorant opinion. Braids has nothing to do with being a thug. I'm going to need you to do your research there, sir.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, get him!
And what I'm saying is, like back then, Drake, you know, even like there was black, Asian, Mexican, white, you know,
Jay,
in
call
our
in.
Catholic school.
Call in, Jay.
You know what I mean? And they didn't wear braids back then like that, the way they wear them now, or even in the 90s. They didn't. You know what I mean? You didn't see a lot of people. At least I didn't. And I had a number of black
what is
friends.
what is a non-thug hairstyle, Jay? Can you tell me?
Right.
Buzz.
I was just about to say that. A buzz cut or
this happened.
A mohawk. That's
another bullshit.
So I mean, I guess you know.
Because the way thugs come, they come, you know,
with mohawks and with
with mohawks and you know,
thug life
buzz
tattoos
cuts
on their
and
stomach.
not even. They come with guns shooting up grocery
That
stores.
kid is cute, man. That's crazy.
Most of the time, they're white.
And his hoodie, real quick, the little kid's hoodie he's wearing, and that post says "Good vibes." I mean,
right,
Jesus,
good
Jesus,
vibes.
You know, I just thought that was funny. My eye caught that real quick.
So, Adam Toledo, Hispanic kid, you know, and I'll play it. Body cam, they fatally shot this 13-year-old boy. They had his hands up. Another dumb cop. I guess there's no audio, but it's on. So this is the body cam, I guess, of the officer.
Please stop! Stop right fucking now! Hey, show me your fucking hand! Stop it! Stop!
Wow.
He had his hands up.
Yep.
Stop first! Get an ambulance up here now!
It looked like he didn't even give him a chance to put his hands up. As soon as he said that, he shot. Crazy. I can't imagine.
Now you want to help him.
I never watched those videos on YouTube. I can't watch this.
I read the story. It was
from the hood, but still.
He was with an older guy.
Buying a used car can be a complicated and confusing experience.
He was with an older guy that was an adult, and I guess the adult gave this kid a gun because he didn't want to go to jail. And this kid was only 13 years old. It was out 2 a.m. So chasing this kid, but he obviously put his hands up. Didn't have the weapon. Must have been in his pocket or whatever. They put his and they still shot him. I mean.
Okay, so did the officer know that he had a gun on him before
he
shot him?
I don't know. I would have to read the story, but I mean, it's obvious.
I doubt it.
It's obviously that he had his hands up. You see his hands up. What's the purpose of shooting him? I mean, he's a 13-year-old kid. I don't. Like I said, these cops are just. I don't know. They're going fucking ham on these people, black, Hispanics. I don't get it. And I'm not saying that black lives don't matter, all lives matter, all that bullshit. well, where's the protest for this 13-year-old kid? Where's what's going on? I'm just, I don't know. Just
His
sad.
hands were up. His hands were up. There was nothing in them. I
Right.
don't care what the fuck he had in his pockets.
Right.
Absolutely uncalled for and disgusting.
Yeah. These cops are just, they need to stop shooting. They need to stop shooting and then asking questions later. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you can't, then you shouldn't be a cop.
Right. Latino boy name was a little homicide, little demon. Some people are using that as titles.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
What is your point, Jay?
I mean, now I can see if you ask the question like, where's his parents at or something. Okay, but like he's out 13 years old out at 2 in the morning.
Because that was his nickname that he deserved to be shot.
Wrong place, wrong time.
His hands
Horrible,
were
man.
up.
Yeah.
His hands were up.
Yeah. So I don't know if you caught that article. I sent it to you. So there's a teacher killed in an old Western shootout after trying to rob a Mexican drug cartel.
I can't even. This story is such a Breaking Bad ass.
Sure, that's not a movie or
it's a Breaking Bad episode.
Right.
So a teacher and a basketball coach
Listen to this.
a North Carolina school was killed in a shooting after trying to rob a home of a Mexican drug cartel member. Authorities say Barney Dale Harris and his brother-in-law Stephen Alexander Stewart were accused of robbing an alleged stash house last Thursday belonging to a member of Jalisco New Generation Cartel, one of the world's most powerful drug cartel. Investigators determined that Harris and Stewart broke into the mobile home of Alonzo Mata, waiting for him to come back. According to the sheriff, when man returned home, the shooting broke out, a result of death of Harris and Lara. Johnson said deputies responded around 1 a.m. Multiple calls to gunfire. Basically a Wild Wild West shootout in the middle of the street. During the investigation, deputies seized five firearms, $7,000 in cash, and 1.2 kilos of cocaine. So did someone say this motherfucker is a drug dealer? We need to go up him.
What happened was the coach was probably one of his buyers, had been to his house many a times, knew where he had it because it says in the article that the coach and a friend were in the house waiting for him to come home. They were hiding, right? So that tells me that he knows this dude, and he was trying to rob him, and he thought he could get away with it. He thought he had a foolproof plan, but boy had something else for him, and so shot him out. And I know that it's bad that this guy's a drug dealer, and he had all these things inside there, but the hustle in me, I feel bad for the drug dealer. I'm like, damn, like he's in all this he's in a whole lot of trouble if he's part of the cartel, right?
So now in a lot of trouble.
Right, because now he's been busted. He took a loss, so he got this L, and now he got the cartel probably after him too, all because this dumbass fucking coach was strung out on shit and tried to get a free 8-ball. I don't fucking know. The whole thing, the whole production, the whole bitch, right? Like you fucked up the whole bitch, and I just feel like wow, he was a basketball coach, and I don't know. You look at his history, like everybody's like, oh, he was such a good guy and this and that. No, he was a fucking undercover crackhead, is what it sounds like to me. He was strung out on some shit and didn't go as planned, so
oops. Right. Whoopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy.
That's crazy.
The whole thing, like I said, it was a Breaking Bad episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Insane. Insane.
I hope my nephew is watching because he loves that movie. I swear to God he does.
Yeah, that story is crazy.
A little porno password later on tonight,
Porno.
You remember that scene?
I do. I do.
So
Nope, I don't want to play no more.
So Adam, came in. Adam's family star Felix Silla died 84. I didn't even know this guy was still alive. Jesus Christ! But I'll play a little bit of Adam's family. We all love it.
Oh wow! Yeah, he was in a lot of movies.
Was he?
Yeah, he played the Ewok. He played one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. He played the Ewok. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Cousin It would make a great undercover agent. Special Agent 298? 598? Think of all those beautiful women.
Darling, Cousin It is probably bored by beautiful women. Let's wake him up. Cousin It? Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I didn't mean to interrupt your dream.
Something exciting, old man? Hey, that is exciting. Zooming through the air in one of those jets? Dreaming you were the pilot, eh?
The steward.
So I got a question. How did they know what the fuck he said? I never could you know what I mean? Like
I never could understand it.
Only they can understand
I still liked it though.
Right.
Yeah, definitely they could understand it. I wonder who came up with, like the gibberish talk. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to say, yeah, just fucking talk like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I love the Addams Family.
Yeah.
I secretly wanted to be Morticia.
She was, she was so
creepy hot.
Yeah, so pretty. You know,
she's creepy,
For
hot, pretty.
sure.
Had this mysterious about her. Gomez just adored her. Like,
Hilarious the way you kiss her all the way up her arm and shit.
I would have loved like Morticia and Gomez.
That is funny.
They don't make them like that no more.
They don't.
I love how
I want to
obsessed
say
he was with her.
my sister or somebody. My sister used to always have Halloween parties, and somebody, I don't know if it was my brother-in-law or my sister, but they dressed up like them. Cigar and all that pinstripe suit, all that shit. It was pretty dope.
I've done quite a bit of different Halloween costumes. I've never done that. Maybe I'll do Morticia.
My sister was Marilyn Monroe. My younger sister.
I mean, your sister has a picture.
The white dress and everything.
I want to see them.
Oh, and everything. Yeah. It was back in the fun times when people used to have Halloween parties and shit.
I'm a Halloween party lover. I love it. I don't even care. I wish I had more friends here because I would throw one back home. We throw one every year.
Right. Be a cop. Yeah.
Nah. I've done the cop thing. I'm not trying to get shot this year. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I did the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz the year before, and I painted my whole body green. I went all out for it. Yeah. I usually have like 3 costumes throughout the week. Like I do different ones. 3 or 4.
Cool.
Can't just
you
stick
love
to
it.
one. That's so boring. I love it.
Yeah.
Can't just stick to one.
Like when you're younger, you wear like I can't afford it. I had to wear mixed ass shit. My nephew, there's a picture of me wearing like it was like Sergeant Slaughter, and then like I had
mixed ass shit.
Like karate. It was like a karate. I don't know what I was. My nephew was like, "What the hell was you wearing?" You got like 3 different mixed match costumes. I was like, I don't know what my mom. What the hell it was?
Right. Throw a plastic mask on and you can't fucking breathe in.
Got candy though.
No, my mom was good about always making sure we, making sure we had creative costumes. She used to make our costumes, so she'd throw stuff together and
my sister did that.
Like I Dream a Genie. Like
that's hilarious.
I had some dope costumes.
Yeah, there was more creativity back in the day for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom
really had
like,
fun with it.
Put this together and make it. And for me, like I love it because. Like you said, when you can't really afford things or this and that, but now I have so many full costumes that are just so elaborate.
You still got
and then
a lot of them? Like
I do. If I can fit into it, I keep it. My mom said that we call my great grandma Big Grandma. So Big Grandma used to call me Morticia when I was a teenager. Go figure.
That's funny.
That's where my love of Halloween comes from.
Right.
I always say that Halloween I can be who I actually am. It's every other day throughout the year that I gotta pretend I'm this person.
That's
I can
funny.
actually be myself.
Like you get
during
to see the real
October.
me only once.
Yeah, I can be myself during October. Like I really am a witch. Not everybody knows that. I warned you.
So Selena's birthday was the other day. She turned 50 years old. I'm going to play this real quick.
On point. It made me cry because it just felt good seeing that scene because it was almost exactly the way that they portrayed it.
I want to get right into it. Selena, the series, it's finally here. How are you feeling?
I feel really good. I'm excited to be able to finally share a lot of what was it shown in the movie.
Looks good.
It's hard to put it to your whole life. You know, 22 hours. So I think that this series, a lot of people say, well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is that this series is about the actual journey. The actual journey of us being a family struggling to understand and figure out this musical part of us that we didn't really realize that we had.
Of course, and the series does such a beautiful job of showcasing all of that. Did you feel like there was something specifically missing from the movie that you were like, we absolutely need to include this in the series?
I love the movie. It's just hard to create your whole life and trying to, that interaction more so of the closeness that Abe, Selena, and I had as siblings. One of the things that I loved about it, it went like really way back to our early songs, our songs that we used to record, early.
Before it got popular.
So, I mean, it was her 50th birthday. I didn't watch the series yet, and I've been meaning to, but
I'm not watching it. I can't watch it.
Alex, so emotional.
No, I can't get it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like the movie, so I don't
No,
I don't want to ruin it. That's all.
I heard the series is really good. I heard it gives a good backstory, like she said.
Yeah, because if it was a Lambamba series, you probably wouldn't watch it. You know.
Yeah, real stereo.
Right. No, it's true. It's true. So yeah, I'm interested to see it too. I think also it opens up another avenue that you didn't know, and a lot of people didn't understand.
Turning a lot of younger people on.
For her, her family, her sister, they don't want just her sister to be remembered as the tragic thing that happened, like, this tragic, murdering of somebody so talented, but how she became so talented.
Right.
And it really honors her life. So I think it's beautiful. And I'm glad that her sister,
memory alive, right.
Yeah, I'm glad that her sister approves of it, because there's so many times where there's a series or there's a movie or there's, something that comes out, and the family members are like, that's not what happened, or it was okay, but they didn't really, it falls short. So it's really big. It's really good. And it's important for the family members to be on board and really think that it captures exactly what they wanted to tell, that people
I always don't
get to see, right?
Right. I always look up when people are doing things like that. Like I looked up the director, producer. I wanted to see who was doing it and what they did. Their projects were prior to that, and she was I can't remember what the director did, but she was pretty well known for something. So they really trusted her and all that. So I'm sure it's good. I mean, I might watch it. I'm just I like the movie. I just like the movie, and it's just such a damn sad thing. But yeah,
it is, and it's just the story itself is just crazy in general.
Yeah, it is.
It was cool. My son showed me one of our local tattoo artists here. Shout out to La Vida Letre in South Phoenix. They did one of his clients had a Selena tattoo.
That's dope.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So nice. Yeah. He actually, he's actually done a couple of Dominic's portraits that he has on his hand. Dom has Tupac. He's got he has Meg the Stallion. That's his crush. So but he has them done in the why can't I think, the like the Los Muertos with the makeup on, like Day of the Dead.
Right.
So that's how they did the Selena, and
okay,
so fucking dope.
Yeah,
So
I can
dope.
imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he saw it, I literally got goosebumps. He's like,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah,
look
I can
what homie
imagine.
did yesterday. And I go, oh my God, for her
That's sweet.
birthday. And my son goes, oh, it's for her birthday. I was like, yes. He's like, man, this makes it 10 times better. I
There's
was
probably
like,
a
wow.
lot of detail.
Oh,
in that.
so much detail. Her
Shit.
hair was like he captured her hair perfect with her
That's
like her
awesome.
bang, and yeah, it looked and then threw that twist on there with the makeup, and I was like, wow, it's beautiful.
Sweet.
And I can't wait to see it completely healed. I'm sure it's just gonna pop. So
Right.
yeah, that was cool to see yesterday.
It's a real fan right there.
Absolutely.
Die hard.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. You know, some people say it's desecration of your body and this stuff, whatever, tattoos. I think you're very passionate about what's important to you. And when you put certain things on your body that stay with you for forever, I don't discredit that. It's an art form. Everybody, likes certain things and makes them feel some type of way, but that energy in general, like you said, super fan, I think that they connect with that person. Right. So when I saw that, I mean, it was just, what a beautiful piece, a memorial to have on you in honor of such an amazing life.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
So let's move on to J-Lo and A-Rod, the Thanos of engagement rings.
She's back on the market for you, Drake.
Yeah, so they finally, all it quits. So I think 30 days ago when we posted it, I think it was over then. They were just trying to like, cover it up and, and all that bullshit. So the question is, where do they go from here? The other big question is, she says she's not giving the ring back.
They go to the next person. Like celebrities.
They exchanged a lot of jewelry between each other.
Right.
He has a watch fetish, right? He's a big watch guy. So she provided a lot of watches for him. I'm sure they had a hefty price tag to them. And they're both mega celebrities that have their own money. I think that's so fucking petty when people start asking for jewelry back when you've been in a committed relationship. And
that was the question that I wanted to ask, and I know I asked you privately. So I've been engaged 3 times, married once, blah 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 blah. I've never asked for jewelry.
You weren't gonna get that shit back anyway. So
you like J-Lo too.
You weren't gonna get that shit back.
I never asked for engagement rings, promise rings, any jewelry I ever bought. I never said, hey, you think I can get that shit back?
What up on that ring though?
So what do you think the proper etiquette is if a guy says, can I have my engagement ring back?
No, I think, okay, so if she wants to give it back and I, sometimes they give it back, some free willingly because they don't want to have it, depending on how the, amicable the breakup is. Sometimes it's thrown back at you or flushed down a toilet. I mean, I've heard all kinds of crazy stories, right? I think a lot has to depend on how you broke up. Now, if you gave a girl a ring and you found out she was a mega hoe and she was cheating and all this, and you just gave her a rock and a fucking half, I think that you got, even though you might not want to, or you might think it's being petty or he looks tacky, I think you have a right to ask for that ring back if you just gave it to her and found out she was, out there tricking and now she's about to pawn this ring. I think if it's an amicable and y'all bought each other gifts and it was something like, it was equal and these were happening. I have a whole box full of jewelry that somebody gave me, and he didn't ask for it back because he cheated on me and he knew better than to ask for any of that shit back.
Right.
But I don't wear it. I was thinking about just selling it because I don't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, it just
I don't want
has
that
no
energy.
interest in you no more. Yeah.
Well, I just that energy to it, like I still
you moved
have
on and shit, kind of.
I moved on, right? And why do I want to wear something that reminds me of somebody?
Melt that shit down and make your son a go rope like the Run DMC.
Yeah. I think it depends on the breakup. I think it depends on the level of what each other got. But I've never. I don't know. I think asking for it back is just tacky as shit. Unless they did you super duper wrong. Like I knew a dude who bought this chick a ring and he literally, he dropped just a stack of cash on her, right? And then found out afterwards she was fucking like a friend of his, and like within like a month or something of giving her the ring, she needed to give that fucking
dirty,
10 carat fucking ring back. Like, no, that was dirty. So I don't know. I'm more concerned about why they broke up. I want to know because I don't know. I thought they were just so great together. I have a question.
No, I think they broke up a month ago. Don't you think? And they just didn't want. Yeah.
Absolutely. I need J-Lo. Jenny, call me. I need to know what happened because everybody over here trying to say that you this and you that, but all actually it is they're haters. I think that she's pretty selective in the sense of when she wants a life partner. So that's why she,
Okay.
She had me fooled too. I thought they were gonna be together for a while.
What'd you say?
Never been asked to get the jewelry back?
Just the one dude that bought me quite a bit of jewelry, and he was a cheater. Like he didn't. Okay, let me rephrase that. He didn't ask for it back, but he made a comment like, "I bought you all that shit." You also probably were trying to give me an STD too by all your, your hoe hopping. Like, no, you ain't getting it back. Hoe hopping. But no, I've never had anybody ask me for.
Alex, have you asked? And I know you've been married once. Have you ever asked for stuff back?
No, I never had to do that, so no. No.
Well, I mean, you
never had to do with nothing like that.
Talking about jewelry, we're not just talking about jewelry.
I didn't ask for him.
Have you ever asked?
I actually gave the ring back to my ex-wife because she left it.
Can I get my
in a safe, so I gave it back to her. She took it. So.
I left my Jordans there. You know what I mean? Have you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
I've had that. Mm-hmm. So, it is.
Where does J-Lo and A-Rod? Because like I said, how soon? And I know Vegas is probably going crazy, and this is a bet probably on one of these betting sites.
Right.
Well, is she with somebody already? Oh, is she with somebody already? Or how soon will she be with somebody?
I don't think she's gonna.
I thought she was with you.
Here, don't come for my girl. Don't come for my girl.
I thought she was
because
with you,
it's okay if she.
What are they saying about her, Tori? Not to cut you off, but what?
Am I all the jokes about people. Oh, she's had more dicks than this, and she, she's a hoe hopper, and she's got more rings than
Thanos.
Exactly, Thanos. Like, okay, she
damn, that's what somebody said that. What in the world?
Come on, everybody always wants to come for J-Lo like she's this hoe because she's had lots of boyfriends. But if you don't like something, why the fuck are you gonna stay with it? Right? You're gonna try it out. You're gonna see what's happening. At least she commits and she just doesn't have these one night stands.
Well, I mean, her shit is out in public.
You know what? You know who the bitches that are over here running their mouth are the ones that go home with a dude for 2 vodka and cranberries and an Applebee's dinner.
Right.
Okay. No. This girl, at least she's getting rings, she's getting cars, she's getting commitment. She's red carpets, dinners, all that. You gotta wine and dine her. She's fucking J-Lo. Come on, she can buy her own shit. She don't need these fools.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I seen a little something like that, but I was like, well, and I'm not sticking up for him or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I'm just reminding people because I'm the sports guy. He was making big money. He was making their net worth is pretty similar. So he was making big bucks before she even got famous. So all that negative talk is just it's silly to me.
I'm really sad. One reason, and not like I'm sad, like, I'm so sad for J-Lo because she's crying in her stacks of money right now. Okay,
they were a good couple
be
together.
Okay.
I thought they were gonna
but
last.
I thought that their energy together was great. I think at a time in her life, her age, where she's at, she's doing the, J-Lo is really about, if you really know about her, you know that she doesn't drink, right? She doesn't do any drugs. She eats like impeccably. Like she takes care of her body, her skin, all of this. So her aura is really good. Her energy is really good. Now, do I know if she's a mega bitch and this is all just a front? I don't know. But anytime I've ever seen, she doesn't seem like she's like a total mega bitch. It didn't seem like he minded whatever kind of personality she had. So maybe they just grew apart. Maybe they had a petty argument, egos get involved. Maybe she wanted to go one direction and he wanted to go the other. I'm more concerned about that because I loved the way you ever
I'll read you some of the comments.
You ever watch him on an interview? You ever watch him on an interview, the way that he would stare at her? Yeah. And like, he just admired her. Like he thought she was just the greatest, most talented, powerful, amazing, move-making woman. So I would just, like I said, I just want to know where that went wrong because I just could feel their energy and I was really
I posted this in our news
I hope
group.
they get back together. I really do.
I posted this in the news group about
Drake.
breakup. Okay. Somebody put she's a really big gold digger. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone put
that shit sounds so
J-Lo the millionaire is a gold digger. Okay.
She's had more sausage than Jimmy Dean.
Haters. Right?
I'm just reading it.
I know. Coming from the dude that talks to him, that's probably the dude that talks to himself in your inbox.
That's the type of shit that I have no comment
that talks to himself in my inbox. Like, these fucking people. Okay,
hey,
go ahead.
Hey,
how are you? Hey, beautiful. Hey, fuck you, bitch. Don't answer me.
Damn.
Okay,
wicked turn, wicked twist. Holy shit.
Here's a comment. She ain't doing nothing any other of these niggas been doing except she's calling a hoe or a dick a money chaser. It takes time. One time she's an outie. She was paid way before Diddy, Mark, and Fugly ass Alex. Give a 0 fucks.
That part. Okay, she's Jenny from the block. She ain't playing with you motherfuckers.
And someone responded to the gold digger thing. How could she be a gold digger? She has more money than these men combined. Also,
it's literally.
Also, these wanted people was trying to slut shame her. They need to realize the difference between her and the majority of people. She's got engagement rings, a set of $40 and a McChicken. Her body count is probably lower than the average. I imagine J-Lo probably picky and would not sleep. But 90% of you fucks, dudes, that average chicks opens her legs for $40. Leave J-Lo alone.
For $40 and a McChicken. Exactly. Just like her sister that goes home for the 2 vodka and cranberries and an Applebee's dinner. Right? Now, and it ain't the good vodka. It's not the good vodka. It's the well vodka.
It's the well vodka.
It ain't even top shelf vodka.
Dollar menu bitches.
Just some pop off and a dollar menu. I know. I don't call. You know what I call them?
I don't like calling women that word, but
you know what I call them?
For the dollar menu girls is what I mean.
I call them middle of the mall bitches.
Middle of the mall bitches.
That's funny.
You know when the nicest thing they own is from that kiosk in the middle of the mall.
Damn. What the hell?
Them are the bitches that are running their fucking mouth about, or the dudes. I wouldn't even say because the bitches, females. Sorry, ladies. I say bitch. I say bitches as a term of endearment. I say it as a term of endearment, but it is what it is. So these men, how about this? Men can be bitches too. So these bitches out here talking shit on J-Lo when they think the middle of the mall is the best gift they should get a girl. Like she is not a gold digger. She like the comment said, she has more money than all these fuckers combined. Maybe it was, how about this? Maybe A-Rod has impotency. Maybe he can't get it up and she's sick of it. Maybe there's some things going on with him that she's like, you know what? I need you to get yourself together.
He can't swing his bat no more like he used to.
I'm doing movies. Maybe he's going through some things. Why is it always got to be her?
That's true. Yeah, maybe he can't eat pussy good. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
maybe he's not an ass eater, So
she's got a whole lot of ass to eat. So
if he ain't, man, I'll tell you what.
They need to
give me a bib.
Shaming my girl.
They
need
Point
to
me
stop
to the room.
Shaming her. I love her.
A lot of spitting on that butthole. That's all I got.
Wow. Hey, oh.
Listen, J-Lo ain't snowballing, so it's okay.
Oh, snowball.
There goes that word.
I wouldn't use a dental dam on her. No way.
A dental dam. Hell no, that's funny.
So I
get
got
back together.
somebody asked me this other day, and I said, you know, I kid around or whatever, and I put that
You kid around? No.
kid around that, you know, she broke up with me, she dumped me, whatever the case may be. But so whatever. Let's say you met J-Lo. Would you date J-Lo if you had a chance, Alex?
Fuck yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Alex.
Nah, not after she dated a Yankee. I can't do it, man. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Of course, man. It's Jennifer Lopez, man. It's a fly girl, bro. I've been watching her since Fly Girl. Yes, yes, 100 times.
Would you, Drake?
Love J-Lo. Love J-Lo.
Oh, the question was asked to me, and I said no.
Why?
And I'll tell you why.
Because you'll just be another number.
Oh, here we go. Let's hear Drake's heartfelt no.
Heartfelt no.
So the real reason why I wouldn't date her because of her celebrity status. And I got a question. And I know you said that's not a lot of men in 20 years or whatever. But I got a question. Like, is she fucking crazy? Like, I think that you have to.
That's the Jennifer Aniston question.
Maybe she's weird.
Yeah, I think that my mom, you know, I was talking about it, and my mom walks in, and she's like, "That bitch is crazy," you know.
Yo, mama.
Yeah, she said,
I love your mom.
She said, "That bitch is crazy." I said, "Why, Mom?" She goes, "She's too much work. I could tell you right now, she's too much. She's too much." She go, and then, you know, these are her famous quotes from my mom, and we won't. And I hope none of her friends are listening. But my mom is very upfront. She does not have a governor, but she says, "You know what? Don't ever marry a pretty woman." I said, "What?" And she said, "No, don't ever marry a pretty woman." She goes, "Remember," she goes, "women are like bus stops. There's always another around the corner." I was like, "Oh, damn."
Right.
But she said, "You know, my famous saying," I got to make her shirt this. She said, she goes, "Remember, pussy is like quicksand. Once you get in, you
can't get out." I heard that before. I heard that one before.
That's true.
So she said, "You know what? She's too much. She's probably overbearing. She's probably too demanding. She's a demanding bitch." That's what she said. So.
You know, we're all crazy, so just pick your level and go with it.
Right. Yeah,
I think.
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. I think somebody that if you date Jennifer Lopez, I think you can't be an alpha male. You can't be that person. I think you have to be very passive and say, "Okay, babe," you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that with her. You know what I mean? So I think she will fucking eat you alive. So just
maybe that's what happened too. Maybe A-Rod
she's a man eater.
Tired of not being the alpha. Maybe he was so used, so much speculation. But again, bottom line, it's two people who loved each other, broke up, and now they have to restart over. And no matter what kind of money you have, you can't say that doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean there's kids
let's
involved
face it,
too. There's other people's
right.
feelings involved too. It's not just about them.
Right. And I guess crying in a Mercedes is better than crying in a Honda, maybe, or on a bicycle, but but in general, someone's still crying, right? So
right. Good analogy. I like that.
Yeah. Can't say it didn't hurt. So I know it has to. To see them together and
who's to say they're not going to remain friends? You know what I mean? I mean, they almost did some business. I thought one of the coolest things that I thought when that was like last year when they were talking about maybe 2 years ago about purchasing the Mets and the Dodgers, like all this stuff was going on. So I thought that was cool. I was like, damn, that's when I knew they were really serious, when they were going to be business partners.
And business partners.
I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know who their friends are, but when they said the Mets, I was like, damn, like, everybody would be like, oh, why would he go? Well, the Yankees can't be touched, obviously, for certain reasons, but yeah, I thought that was cool. I was like, damn, that's like, talk about a dream.
To be continued.
To be with Jennifer Lopez and own a sports team, and that's like the ultimate dream for me.
Listen, to think about it, they're through this. They went through a pandemic too. I know that is probably a lot less stressful for them, but there's things that have gone on. We've all Doesn't matter what kind of bank account you have. We've all gone through something. It might not be to the same level of degree, but who's to say someone else's problems are not as serious as others? It is what it is. They're feeling.
For sure.
So
my question is, I guess the $1 million question is, Alex, how soon will she be with somebody?
Ooh, man, we might have to do a little what do they call that? We might have to do a little drawing or a little something like that.
A wager?
I'd say 3 months tops, maybe 3-4 months, something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know her personally, so that's just like
say 3 months.
I don't know. She might be saying I'm gonna work on an album next. I mean, she's a busy person, so.
What do you say, Tori?
I don't know. If I had to guess, though, I'd say 3 or 4 months.
My hopes is that she stays single.
Okay.
I want her to stay single. I want to see single J-Lo. I want to see single J-Lo work on herself, maybe heal from this breakup, if she does, I'd like to say 6 months. I don't know what she's going to do. She's older now. I feel like I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Girl, don't.
So this is my thought. I think she with somebody already.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn, well, that says a lot what you think about her then, shit.
Right.
That says a whole bunch right there.
You just throw her right under the bus, huh?
Nah, I don't think she's with
Jake
nobody.
Jake said she got quicksand pussy and she's with somebody.
I think she's somebody.
I think so. She caught him when she caught him with that. It was like, oh yeah, you want to play that game? Oh, I got a million. I got a million motherfuckers in my DM. Let's shoot. So.
Right. Get to the back of the line. There's applications all here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a whole line. So it's a good perspective too.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So
shout out to the females in the chat. I see y'all, ladies. I see y'all.
So Bernie Madoff, the Ponzi scheme mastermind, dies 82.
I don't know who that is.
It's a long life.
That motherfucker that made a lot of money off everybody. He did the Ponzi scheme. He's the one that like the original mastermind of all the people that made all the money during the Wall Street shit.
Okay.
15 years ago. So
he's a scammer.
Yeah, he was a scammer. Yeah, do you know what the Ponzi thing is, Alex?
No.
So basically you get somebody to invest in some bullshit and it's not really real, and then you get the person to invest.
Boiler room shit.
Okey doke. I call that the okey doke.
And then
right.
And then what you do is if you think it's a payoff, you take that person's money and pay them off and get them to invest more. It's just an ongoing.
Right.
So
what do they call it?
Pyramid.
Hello, fam. Yeah, pyramid. Pyramid scam. I guess we'll call it.
Yeah, the old way. Like nowadays, the MLM and the people. It sucks because it's that whole era and his doing has made people think that MLM marketing, multi-level marketing, if you don't know what that stands for, is this Ponzi scheme scam, right? And now there is a lot of reputable companies that do, MLM marketing that cut out the middleman. And I know I have many friends that work from home that are making amazing money doing so, and they bust their ass every day. But again, you have to be selective on your products. You have to be, you have to look at the company. You have to do your research, do your due diligence, and make sure that this is a company that has, a good reputable background. It has good ratings. It has good reviews. It has proven results, and it's not some bullshit where they
it's going to be there to stay
scamming,
or something like that.
Sustainable, and that their products are, you want to look for the longevity of the products and what they sell, and
look
at their a lot of times, I've been involved with several MLM companies, and I have like I said, I have many friends who are making six figures, company cars, all that. But you want to look at the one person, she always says, look at the moral compass of the company. look at the moral compass of the company. Look how they
Right.
treat each other. Look
Like from
how
afar,
they
right.
conduct business. Look how their training is. You know, are they just all for the sale, or are they for making connections? Because if you
Right,
make connections
right,
with people, it's just like any other business. You make
To build your
connections with
brand,
people,
right.
you will eventually have a sale. You know, they used to discredit so many of these companies because, again, you know, some of these companies started at kitchen tables and they thought, oh, well, this can't be a good company because this bitch did it in her kitchen,
Right,
which is
but
just not the case. You know, people were trained to think they were trained to think you had to go to college, you had to do, you know, work corporate, you had to do a 9 to 5, you
yeah, you
had to
work your
do all
way up.
these different things, and not thinking outside the box. And this guy, he took advantage of that with this Ponzi scheme because people are trying to think outside the box, but just didn't have all the components they needed to do
Right.
so. And so he fucking scammed them and made a lot of fucking money doing it. And he smart guy, but
Right,
used
right,
it for
right.
bad instead of good.
Right, right.
But because of him, there's lots of laws, there's lots of regulations, and there's lots of eye openers that have
So
come
there's a
about
lot of
from
good
it.
that came
So,
out of it, right? Eventually.
you know, I mean, eventually
Right.
it had to be, but it also,
Oh,
it
it either
sucks
works the
because
other
you
way or
have
this
this,
way. So it's like
right. I mean,
right.
again, like we always say, there's always positives and a negative. You just got to
Right.
find them, right? A lot of people don't want to search for the positive in any negative, no matter how bad the situation is.
Right.
But
Fact of the matter
again,
is
right. But again, it does suck because you do have those people and those naysayers who still want to think in that box and want to talk shit and want to, you know, be a negative. And that's fine. Pass them along. They're not for your
Right,
business.
right.
Pass them along. Keep it moving. So, but yeah, he lived a long life for a scammer.
Right.
Whatever.
Healthy.
One
He
less
fulfilled his
one
purpose. I guess.
right, one less liar on the planet.
Right.
Whatever.
So I don't know if you guys caught that. I got a pop up. So I know Prince Philip's funeral was going on this morning or whatever, and I guess there was some topless chick at his funeral, and they had her arrested.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, topless woman arrested while protesting outside Prince Philip's funeral.
Wonder what she was going topless for, just to get attention, or was this like
Right.
save the tatas? Like what
I don't
was
know.
her angle? What was her angle? I thought we were going to talk about
What was
how
her
they
angle?
won't
That's
put
hilarious.
right. What was her? Get my angles, boo. Like,
Yeah,
was
Oh,
she there?
shit.
Was she
I
there
saw-
with PETA? Was she trying to save the furs? Like, what was she doing?
I don't. Well, I
Was
saw
she
the
just drunk?
invitation
I mean,
list
like
of the funeral. My name wasn't
So
on it.
what was her
Kinda-
angle?
I was
Shit,
kind of
that's
insulted.
hilarious.
Yeah, I
I was
wasn't invited.
insulted too. Yeah,
didn't-
neither was I.
That's too funny.
Okay, so here's a question. So what I saw, and I was just, I was prying in the Royals drama because the fucking media puts it all out there. So I saw two things. One, they said that the brothers are feuding, right? And so they're not walking next to each other in the procession. So
Right.
they had William and Harry always apart, and they did this like diagram that showed
Oh
how
my
they
God.
were never
Sure.
right. Like they just stir the fucking pot, but
Right,
I'm
Jesus.
there to taste it. Let's see what's happening. So showed how they were never together.
That's
right,
crazy.
in the procession.
Diagram.
They did. They had all this look it up. They had this whole
Right,
ass
right.
diagram
They had
of how they
circles like
walk.
where they were at or something.
Yes,
Like
highlighter.
No
It was
shit.
highlight. Yeah, all of it.
that. That's horrible,
Circles,
man.
arrows.
At a that's just at a funeral at their like wow.
Uh-huh.
It must
And
be that
then,
bad. It must be
and
that bad.
right. And then you look at Megan wasn't there, right? And they said that
Really?
she tried. Yeah, she was not there. But this is their explanation. But I want to know, is this bullshit? So
Right.
She's pregnant, right? She's
Right.
far along. They said she's having some complications or some,
okay.
some things in her pregnancy that are raising speculation, supposedly.
Wow.
I haven't heard of any complications leading up, but she's very private about her pregnancies. So they said that she tried to get clearance. She tried to get clearance and could not get clearance to leave the country because she was pregnant from her doctor. So do you believe that, or do you think it's just bullshit and that's the excuse they're using? So she doesn't have any pressure while she's there because she's
Yeah, I agree with that second part that you said. I think they're just trying to cover up some. Yeah.
Mhm.
I that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my son had a good point yesterday. He said, I couldn't, when we were looking at this diagram, right? He's like, I couldn't imagine growing up and before you're born, you have these expectations of you. Like there's just, everybody is in your business. You know, he said his first thing he said was, how sad they had to do this for their mother. And now they have to do the same thing for their grandfather who, you know, would just, they had to do this in their lifetime. It was just sad. He was sad to see that for them. And then the brothers are feuding.
Right. Horrible situation.
Yeah, it's just horrible, right? And he said, no matter how much money they have, these, especially Harry, like he's so real and down to earth. And, you know, they served in the military and they do humanitarian things and acts of kindness. And they carry out their mother's legacy so well.
And they do so much great stuff, but when it comes to
she
them,
was the people's princess, right?
You know,
but when it comes to them, they're in this whirlwind. They're in this whirlwind of negativity and the eyes on them nonstop. And he's like, you can't even walk in a funeral without people picking you the fuck apart.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to be a child star or to come into money and fame because you are an entertainer or you become famous somehow, right? But to be born into that and have these expectations and these people prying at you and prodding and calling you names and you're a baby and you're an adolescent and now you're trying to be at a funeral, like
getting talked to like an adult when you're a baby.
Yeah, he said, I just couldn't imagine the pressure, you know, that they have. And of course people can say, oh, they got all this money, there's no pressure, but that's just bullshit. Like you
got nothing to do. That's so irrelevant to everything else.
Everybody has a capacity mentally wise what they can handle, and clearly it showed because look at what they did. They left the royal family to not have to deal with this and to break a cycle. And I think that that's just very it's very commendable to have done that. And so
like you said earlier, the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, like you said there,
so imagine the pressure of him, you know, Harry being there right now and trying to mourn his grandfather and just be there for the family. But you gotta, I'm sure that heir is.
You would have probably heard they got into a fight by this time.
Oh, well, you know what? He's probably keeping it together.
Sword fight or something. I don't know. They fenced when fencing together. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the heir. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could write. I'm sure you could cut the air with a knife. I'm sure the air is pretty thick there right now. So
All right.
Arguing from a 20-foot table, one on the other side, one on the
right.
Like Coming to America.
With goblets.
Right.
So you have one of the last subjects is Little Nas. New T-shirt line may be controversial as a sneaky shoe.
This bozo.
So did you get to check that out?
I'm looking at it. Looking at the shirt.
How do you feel about it? Because
it's like, can you be a little bit more creative and just like than
what
just
he's got
raw? I mean,
I love Jesus shirt.
I don't.
You know,
I guess he's just trying to get noticed. I don't know how these guys think, man. I don't know. You're putting, and I understand like his gimmick, his all that stuff like that.
Shock.
Yeah, you know what
he's
I mean?
going for shock value.
Yeah. So there, that's the best way to put it. I don't really know what to say. It's like I wouldn't buy the shirts, but some crazy shit, man. Some crazy shit.
Well, he's going by shock value.
Right.
So
poke fun.
You know, do I agree with the things that he's promoting? No. Do I agree with the devil worship? No. Do I agree with the negativity and all that stuff that comes with it? No. The blood, the satanic rituals, all that. No.
I don't even want to look this shit up, man.
But
I'm about to say a prayer after.
You have it's freedom of speech.
Right.
And you can't be on one end and say people can talk what they want and they can say what they want about, look at the politics, look at that angle, look at all of the right-wing people that have these degrading things that they say about, the left, and you have Republicans against Democrats, if you want to look at it from that angle. If you want to look at it from a music perspective, look at back in the day when, I mean, Ozzy Osbourne was worshiping the devil. Come on. Marilyn Manson.
And he just got put in the Hall
Isham.
Isham.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so that
you got Isham. I love me some Isham, right?
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
You got ICP, right? When we can go even that scale. There's so many different artists that have taken this angle, I think, because now what's going on in the world, and I don't want to jump on this, people call it the cancel culture, era and all that, because I believe that there's certain things that need to be taken out, right? But again, he's not the first to do it.
I mean, yeah, there's just demographics for everything out there.
But so it's okay for one group of people to do it, but not the other.
Right. I mean, I look at it like this. You don't, once again,
don't buy it.
Just don't buy it.
You don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah, so I mean.
And don't let your fucking children buy it, and don't let your children wear it, and don't let your children watch it, because it ain't Lil Nas and it ain't fucking Cardi B that's making your kids do these things. It's your lack of parenting. It's your lack of parenting. It's your lack of involvement in your child's life. It's your lack of parenting, and and bottom line, be a fucking better human and be a better fucking parent. And we won't have to worry about what Lil Nas and Cardi B and fucking Megan are doing, busting it open and all this. 'Cause look at Cardi B. She doesn't even let her daughter watch her shit or listen to her stuff.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because it's not for her.
Right.
Wow.
So
hello.
Mic drop.
I don't know. We just grew up, when it comes to music and all that stuff. I mean, like, yeah, we were influenced, but we were influenced in different ways, You know what I mean?
Think of it this way. It's a different era, right? So when we grew up, we didn't have immediate gratification and immediate information in our hands. If we wanted to know something, we had to wait till it came out on the newspaper. It came out on Saturday mornings. It was in an encyclopedia. It was in a dictionary. It came out on the news. We had to wait to see, right? So we didn't have we couldn't just look things up and have it right then. And this
we had to wait for shit to play out.
Response, right? So exactly. So now you have this immediate response, but you also have this responsibility to this immediate response, because now these children have access to everything that adults had access to, and there's a reason why there's a difference between a child's mind and an adult mind, right? And so now these people want to blame the creator when the creator's always been there.
Right.
The creator has always been there. If you just look at Madonna, okay, with the cones and the sexuality, and I know y'all remember how everybody was like, she came out with a song called Like a Virgin, right? Touched for the very first time.
And that was in the 80s. And then she kicked it up a notch with the erotic video that was on the box, and she's walking the street.
Right? So the creator of this has always been there, whether you agree with it, whether you like the creativity of it or not, whether you like the promoting of it or not. It's always been there. But now you have the responsibility of making sure you don't go, you have your choice. Everybody has a choice. And these people who are just handing their kids cell phones and tablets and letting them just go do whatever, and there's no monitoring. And then they wonder why their children are on, they're 12
you're like, why are
old,
you listening to that? What the hell? Like,
how about
because you gave me a cell phone and shit like
how about the child who's 11 and 12 years old sending nude pics? Like, it happens. It's because I just had the other day, my girlfriend had to take her daughter's cell phone because she went and hung out with a girl. She was over a family member's house, right? She was at a family member's house. They let them go across the street and hang out with this girl that they always go hang out with at the family member's house. Come to find out, this little girl is 11, 12 years old. She busting it open on her phone, right?
Man.
So now my girlfriend's got to take her daughter's phone because she had went over there to make sure everything's okay. But she, you got little boys texting, you got all
and you can only parent so much. It's scary, man. It's like
you can only parent so much, but
it's just scary. It's like, damn.
Step your motherfucking game up.
Right. That is
And
definitely things you
have
can do.
open lines of communication with your kid so your kid doesn't feel
Sure.
like they're in a prison. You know, because some parents just say, fuck your feelings, give me your phone, you ain't doing shit, you ain't doing this. But your kid is going to rebel when you go that route. So you have to have open lines of communication. You have to talk to them and explain to them why. You have to show them why. And you also have to reward good behavior. Right. And it's not saying buy them things every time they do something good, but acknowledge, like, you know what, I'm really glad that you're not following this trend. I'm really proud of you that you're not doing, you know, there's certain things on TikTok that I don't want. I'm really proud of you that you're being honest with me, that this person has said this or you saw this. You know, it opens that line. It makes that child want to behave better and be honest with you and not want to gravitate to that shit. And if they are, you can also open those lines of communication and say, hey, if this is something you want to explore, tell me, and maybe I'll let you, you know, I'll explain to you, like, this is what's going on. Or here, you want to see that? Check this out. This is fucked up, right? You know, like, I'm that parent that my kids,
because we've seen it all. I mean, there ain't nothing that we ain't seen or no.
There is nothing my sons cannot say to me that is going to offend me. I might say, ew, that's gross, or oh no, but I want them to always know that
Are you talking about like snowballing? Gross?
All of it. If you talk about it, let's talk about it. That's gross. I'm going to tell you what's not cool about it, but I want you to be able to tell me, right? Yeah. Hey, if that's what they want to do, but they're going to tell me. But leading up to that, you know, I was a very strict mom. I was strict, but you know, there's a line. There's a line. You need to know why, and I always gave an explanation on why. And if you then choose, you know, to go different,
you know, do things with respect. You know, teacher. You know, like you said, the yelling, that shit does not work no more.
No one's fucking listening.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna work. It's just we got yelled at.
And this is the thing. I can't.
That was the easy way out. The lazy way.
You know what? A lot of people too. But think of it this way, okay? Times change, so did times on how you parent. Like, just because the times change, parenting skills have changed as well. Certain techniques don't work. I can't, you know, there was a time where I would be mad at my mom. She was yelling at me, this and that. And I could still hold that anger and say, oh, I got whooped the fuck up. I got things thrown at me. I got hit with shit. I got all this, right? But I can't be mad at a parent that wasn't taught a different way, right? Does that make sense? So as you evolve, you can't be mad. You can't hold those grudges. You choose not to heal.
Yeah, and you learn your child. You know your child, so it's like you know what's gonna make them take and they're gonna listen. I mean,
bottom line, these parents need to be more involved. Plus. And a trickle down effect is it's babies having babies now, right? Even more so. I had a child at a young age, and it wasn't really like spoke about during that time. Like,
right.
It just wasn't a common thing, but now it is. And now, so you have babies having babies, younger people in general. You have grandparents raising children that they shouldn't be raising. Social media has really just turned all of this into a clusterfuck. So, you know, it's a hard task, and I always say it definitely takes a village, you know. So if that, you know, that child isn't being supported properly, maybe some of these people who don't have children or who are already parents step up and try to be a positive influence in these children's lives.
Yeah, and it's got to come from other places too. That's a good point. It should come from other places too, in your family and your friends, or pick a new circle, or you got to do something. You got to change something.
You don't know what, you know, some people don't know what that child is dealing with at home. Like, and we could go full circle.
And with the
like
parents, the way parents used to communicate back in the day, like, oh, you're going over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there was communication. There was.
Kids and young adults these days have a lot of stress, right? Maybe even more so than we had growing up.
Yeah.
And maybe not necessarily more so, but different stresses, right?
Right. Social media, all that type of stuff.
And then now let's throw in the fucking pandemic, right? And now they're witnessing their parents losing their shit. And now let's throw in some social media and internet bullying, right? And this need to feel cool and to feel feel validated by somebody on another side of a screen that literally has nothing, right? But this person is making you feel some type of way. So they have all these things going on, but they might have that one person in their life that they see like, oh, you know what? She's really cool and she talks to me with respect and she makes me feel important. So that can outshine all of that if you can lead by example for a child and make them not want to go buy a fucking a devil worshipping shirt and some shoes that got blood in them just to be cool and bust it open on the fucking gram and all these things, right? So do better, people. Do better.
Right.
Don't worry about what they're selling on t-shirts. If you do better, those kids and those people aren't going to want to buy those shirts.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Lead by example.
There's nobody like you. So
move from a place of love.
So I always tell my daughter, if you want to copy off somebody or you want to wear something like that they like or something, I said, you know what? Copy it, but make it your own. But don't be a full-blown copycat. Don't be yourself because it might not show in the beginning, but people will be attracted. You'll attract better friends and with that when you're being yourself. So, but yeah, like you said, it's hard though. I know, like you said, we grew up different worlds, so
it's hard.
I can't really imagine. I don't want to.
I think nowadays, I used to really be big. I used to really be big on like name brands, right? I used to. Even when I had Dominic, like Dom was laced, Polo, Nike, he had it all, right? And that's great. But I learned and maybe this just as I got older and I made my own money, right? But not just made my own money. I took L's too, right? And I saw what I got to see a different perspective. And I know too, my walk of life with Zach showed me things that were more important than this, right? I got a closet, literally a closet full of Louis, Prada, Chanel, what you want to do, okay?
Right.
You know what? I wear Target leggings. I wear Walmart tank top. I get me some awesome jewelry. I put my shit together. I present it the way it should. And these things, these materialistic things and this need to want to be accepted. It sucks for these kids because as you get older, you realize that fucking shit doesn't matter. Like, I don't give a fuck about your Louis belt, okay? Like, I really don't fucking care. But you can't, okay? And I think these parents that are instilling this in these kids, that, make these kids feel like this is what they have to have, or, these other kids, it's hard. It's just hard. It's hard because you got the kids at school that are coming at them too, and
like with the Jordans,
parents are condoning it. So you have some parents that with the Jordans.
Yeah, I always say, thank God I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, because like nowadays I'm like,
hard.
It's like there's kids that I see all these 19, 22, 25, 26 wearing Jordans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, everybody, it's like you got it. It's like almost like having a white pair of Nikes nowadays.
You have to, right? So now you have all that happening in your face, and then you pick up your phone and you start scrolling on Instagram and all these fake, like the fake famous people, right?
Right.
These fake famous people that make you feel you have to look a certain way, you have to be a certain way, you got to be a certain size, you got to have a big butt, you got to have a small waist, you got to have big tits, you got to have muscles, you got to have tattoos, you got to have a chiseled face. I mean, like, fuck.
Right.
Spinning, right? And then you got the keyboard warriors who want to talk shit on you. And we wonder why, suicide is at its highest.
Yeah. Right. For sure.
So... do better, people. Do better.
God bless everyone on social media, because man, just need to be smarter and put more positive stuff out there, because it needs to be, something's got to give, because
So coming up, I'm pretty much, that's all I got. So coming up next Wednesday, we're going to be reviewing Godzilla, King Kong. So if you haven't checked it out, this is a fight scene.
We need Kong. The world needs him. She's the only one he'll communicate with.
So that's coming up next Wednesday. So we're going to review that movie. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's on HBO Max now. Go check it out.
Tune in.
Yeah, tune in next Wednesday. And then next Saturday, we got DJ Joey A. He is from Detroit, and I'll play a little bit of his music. He's a music producer. He raps, he sings, he does all kinds of stuff, and I'll play a little bit of it. He has definitely been around a long time. So
You're in the mix live with DJ Joey A.
That's next Saturday.
You playing an old classic. Some shit from like 98 or something, man. Can't wait to hook my shit up.
Oh shit!
I can't wait to hook my shit up. Oh shit!
Right? I got them all going over here.
Earthquake. Shout out to Joey A, man.
Don't feel broken hearted. So get off the walk and try to stop. Everybody have one. Move your bike from side to side. Get with this beat, no tie to hide. Cause all we'll do is have a good time.
There's some people right now like, what music is that? They don't know nothing about that right there.
Hey, y'all, let's get retarded now that the party started. Go, go, go.
My roller skates.
So he'll be on next Saturday, and we'll be talking to him.
Go get my roller skates right
Hell
damn
no.
now.
It up.
My bamboo earrings. Shit,
Oh, shit.
popping.
Damn.
I want to give a shout out real quick. Today is my bestie Shannon's birthday. Happy birthday! I love you more.
Tuesday?
I love you more than what's that?
Is she coming Tuesday? Is that the one?
No, Jessica's coming Tuesday.
Oh,
But it's Shannon's
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And she's amazing. She's my soul sister. So shout out to her. I hope you have an amazing day. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. Have a great day. Love
Have a
you.
great. Yay!
Party time.
Yay!
Party time. Party time. We got anything, Alex?
No, I'm good, man. Good to go.
All right, you can
Just
follow
trying to enjoy these last couple of days I got off, so I go back to work Monday. So
Go back to work Monday.
trying to get back on the grind.
At Swift and all social medias, OnlyFans. You can do it all right there.
You can do it all. He's
Alex,
selling
follow Alex
panties and everything.
Right.
You can do it.
Well, you
Follow
can.
Alex.
Shout out to all the ass eaters out there.
Ass-
Follow me at SportsMile313 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm sorry.
And you can
Twitter.
follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, and the Savage Kitty, THEE, Savage Kitty on Twitter.
And on that note, peace out, guys. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Watch your culo. Mask up. Y'all, there it is. Peace. Have a good day. Bye.
Have a
You
blessed
too.
day, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, Mom.
Nicky, what'd you do with the trucking?
Shit. Hold on, let me think. I think they're in the car. They're in the car, Dad. They're in my car. I got them. Yeah, I got them. I got them because I took it home. I took it last night and forgot to bring it back in. Hello. How's your blood pressure, Pop? 160 right now. Okay. Hello. How you feeling? What's wrong?